Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? It's good to see you. Roll call, everybody. Roll call. If you are here, I want you to type here in the comment section. Even if you're watching this on replay. All right. It's a big old jolly party. So the class is in session now. And let's get started, shall we? I thought we'd begin with something a little lighthearted, which you know is not going to be lighthearted. But it did catch my attention as I was on the Twitter sphere. So this is quite interesting. And of course, you know, I don't have to say this. I shouldn't have to say this, but you already know. You have to drone strike the like button, okay? Send it into the stratosphere. Just throw a shoe at it. Do what you got to do. Help us out with the algorithm if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Rockfin, bless you. So, because I see we got almost 200 people watching, but with only 100 likes. Come on, man. Those are rookie numbers. Let's get this. Let's get the ball rolling, okay? That's you guys are trying to short me. Speaking of shorting. We had a lot of GameStop monkey business going on, right? So I will talk a little bit about it, but I got a special guest coming on the show on Friday. So you know, I'm not gonna spoil the surprise, but it's like it's like the authority on economics. So I you know, if you know who that is, you know. If you know who that is, then you know. No, it's not Karl Marx. I couldn't get him, but you know. We'll get to that. I was watching The Big Short, by the way. I see Ricky Rants on Rockfin. I see John Kelly. I see Adro. I see you guys. On Rockfin. Big up. But yeah, I was watching The Big Short again because, you know, I'd seen that movie a few years ago. I'd forgotten it. I went back to watch it. It's got a good cast. You have Brad Pitt, Steve Carell. God, I keep forgetting his name. I keep seeing Michael from The Office. No. Steve Carell, and you got the goddamn Batman. Christ, I forgot his name. I can't believe this. Anyway, it's a great film, but you know, if you don't understand what's gonna happen, you need to watch it maybe 2-3 times until you get it. But we'll get to GameStop in a second. Like I said, I wanna get into something a little lighthearted first, right? A little lighthearted. So give me a second over here. Oh shit! I see who you guys are guessing is going to be the guest on Friday. You got some good guesses, huh? You got some good guesses over there. That's great. Christian Bale, of course. Christian Bale. Yes. No, he's not the guest on Friday, but he's the actor from The Big Short. Okay, enough confusing crap. Let's let's get to it, man. You see, this is what I came across. Okay, this is what I came across. So this article caught my attention earlier. Okay, let me read it to you. Are you ready? This is from Reuters. Okay, exclusive. Dozens of former Bush officials leave Republican Party, calling it a Trump cult. Damn, those are strong words. Those are really strong words. And of course, you know, anytime you see a bunch of neocons moving in one direction, we should find a word for them, right? Like a pride of lions, a pack of wolves. How would we refer to a bunch of neocons? Is there a word for rats or something? A pack of rats, whatever. It's a bunch of neocons. Anytime you see a bunch of neocons moving in one direction, go the other way, okay? That's some sound advice. So anyway, look at this. Dozens of Republicans in former President George W. Bush's administration are leaving the party, dismayed by a failure of many elected Republicans to disown Donald Trump after his false claims of election fraud sparked a deadly storming of the U.S. Capitol last month. You know, I find that really interesting that they are so concerned about election integrity. Again, I don't expect all of you to remember this, but anyone remember Bush versus Gore? Specifically in the state of Florida? You know, a lot of the sentiment around that was that Bush stole the election, right? And you could still find people today and ask them about that, right? And they'll tell you the same thing. I mean, I remember that from when I was a kid. So that's how, I have that memory still in my head of how people were outraged by that. So I find that very funny that all of a sudden Bush regime officials they are offended by claims of election fraud. Anyway, it's okay. Let's keep going, right? Let's give the article a chance, or the pack of rats rather, right? So there's Orange Cheetah Man. Have you missed him? So there you go. These officials, some who served in the highest echelons of the Bush administration, said they had hoped that a Trump defeat would lead party leaders to move on from the former president and denounce his baseless claims that the November presidential election was stolen. But with most Republican lawmakers sticking to Trump, these officials say they no longer recognize the party they served. Some have ended their membership. Others are letting it lapse, while a few are newly registered as independents, according to a dozen former Bush officials who spoke with Reuters. Wow. Heartbreaking, right? They've ended their membership? Oh my God. Quote, the Republican Party as I knew it no longer exists. I'd call it the cult of Trump, says Jimmy Goulet, who was Undersecretary of the Treasury for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence in the Bush administration. And so look at Christopher Purcell, who worked in the Bush White House's communications office for 6 years. I love the Bush communications office, right? We have our friend, war criminal Karen, who now works for MSNBC, Nicole Wallace. She used to work there too. Oh, they used to be buddies. So he said roughly 60 to 70 former Bush officials have decided to leave the party or are cutting ties with it. Wow. 60 to 70? That's amazing. That's a lot of rats. That is a boatload of rats. I mean, that's a plague carrying rat pack of rats. So this is really hilarious. I just need to interject here. I just need to interject because I find this sudden wave of disgust that is permeating the former Bush officials quite interesting. Like they are apparently so disgusted by Trump. I mean, if that was the last straw for them, why did they take so long to speak out, right? Why did they take so long to speak out? I just find that a bit weird. And among other reasons over here, okay, look what they say over here. This is another one. Purcell said many felt they have no choice, however. He referred to Marjorie Taylor Greene, a freshman Republican congresswoman from Georgia who promotes the QAnon conspiracy theory, okay, which falsely claims that okay, you know the rest of this. So he's appalled by people who promote conspiracy theories. You know what? So am I. I'm also offended by that. Specifically, conspiracy theories about weapons of mass destruction. I think that is the worst kind of conspiracy theory that you could possibly promote, because when you say another country has weapons of mass destruction, I mean, you better come packing, motherfucker. Like, you better be prepared to prove that shit. This is not like, oh yeah, this guy stole my gum, or he's hiding a pack of fucking potato chips under the bed. No, you're saying you have nuclear weapons. You invaded this country and killed and displaced millions of people in that country because of this claim, right? I don't think you could come up with a larger conspiracy theory. I think it's the quintessential one. And these people were quite serious about this, right? You had Colin Powell at the UN Security Council, adamant, right? He gave a whole presentation. Look, he even brought like these graphics and shit with him. I mean, can you imagine the intern who must have had to render these 3D models on a fucking computer in 2002, 2003? So yeah, can you like do us a truck and then like put like a bunch of tanks on the back? And yeah, put it in PowerPoint. Give me some of those like speech bubbles over there. Right. All right. Now that's a filling machine. This one does fermentation. Call that the control panel. We don't know what it does. It's just a control panel, right? They just made this shit up. They made this up. This is completely made up. We're in the year 2021. Iraq is still a mess. It's still under occupation because of this. Right. So I agree with the sentiment. We should not entertain conspiracy theories. And I'm just confused why you would only now leave the Republican Party and not when Bush was in charge. You don't think that was like a pretty fucking whack job conspiracy theory that killed millions of people? You don't think that was like really a point where you have to say, wow, I've had it with this party. Maybe I should fucking leave. No. Green did it. Really? That was your threshold. It wasn't George Bush creating the Department of Homeland Security? No? He didn't just do that, by the way, right? You know that Bush created ICE? Yes? Remember? Oh, the kids in cages. We kept hearing about the kids in cages. That Donald Trump is so evil because he's putting kids in cages. Okay, where are they now, the kids in cages? Oh, they're still there? Oh, shit. Oh, looks like you didn't have that big of a problem with it, right? Look at this article. It's so old, their images are not loading. Bush declares war, right? Bush declares war in Iraq. March 19th, 2003. Bush invades Afghanistan. At no point when he was starting the war on terror did you say, oh, maybe I should leave? No. Only now after Orange Cheetah Man. Wow. I'm so glad you finally had your epiphany. This did not prick your conscience, maybe? The Abu Ghraib torture scandal? No? That didn't do it? What about FEMA? You remember Hurricane Katrina? What Bush did? His fucking photo op. Do you remember this? Bush he allowed the press corps to take a picture of him while he was looking down on New Orleans after the hurricane because he thought it would be a good idea, and it blew up in his face, right? And then the idiot, he goes and tells the director of FEMA, Brown, he tells him, good job, right? I think this is the clip, but I don't think you can hear anything. It's an old clip, but here you can see them over here talking, right? He just says, good job. I like what you did.
The governor's office is virtual. So that does.
None of that offended you? Oh my God. Crazy, right? I'm supposing the tax cut didn't do it either, right? The enormous, ginormous, gigantic fucking tax cuts. That didn't do it for you either, right? That wasn't offensive enough? No? Wow. Crazy. What about the Patriot Act? Maybe the Patriot Act? You know? All this unwarranted, illegal wiretapping and surveillance, right? The presidential surveillance program that George Bush and Dick Cheney signed in the wake of 9/11. No, that didn't do it for you. What about the terrorist surveillance program? Illegal wiretapping of people outside the US. No, that didn't do it for you. It's crazy, right? I'm so confused that you have 60, 70 Bush officials that are only now finally having this light bulb moment. It's astonishing, right? Given all these examples, it's quite astonishing. It's almost as if these people are trying to whitewash their records for having participated in all of this villainous, disgusting, heinous shit that I've just shown you, right? That have laid down the groundwork for all the administration since, right? So now they found, oh shit, we can blame Trump for the Republican Party being such a cesspit. Yes, let's do that. And then no one will focus on us and our records and what we did. No, bitch, I remember. You know, I was young, but I still remember. So no, you're not getting off. You know, no, that's not happening, man. They're really villainous. I mean, they're complete frauds. They're scum. But we shouldn't be surprised, right? You remember Colin Powell was speaking at the DNC convention? I mean, it's not like this just started now. We've seen these neocons jumping ship, the rats jumping ship already a few months ago, right? Remember this? Oh, yeah. So he went from lying about weapons of mass destruction at the UN Security Council to being a key speaker at the fucking Democratic Party's convention. I mean, that's quite a whitewashing. That's quite a good job of, you know, there they are, the war criminals getting ready to fuck Iraq. You know, that's quite a whitewashing of one's record. It really is. It really is. It's quite a feat. And we also saw Republicans for Biden. Do you remember that? So they're still talking about this, right? Liberals need Republicans for Biden to stick around. No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay without the Lincoln Project, without this scum. I think we're okay. And right, we saw Glenn Greenwald writes here that Liz Cheney was working with Democrats to prolong the invasion of Afghanistan, right? And keep troops in Germany, of course, because they were outraged at how dare Trump withdraw troops, right? How dare he do that? So I think now you have 2,500 troops in Afghanistan, which is astonishing. Like, you have no one in the media talk about that, right? And if they do mention it, it's like, oh, this is not good. We have to stay there. We have to stay there. And now you're hearing them talk about violating the peace deal that they signed and staying past May. The deadline is May. Get the fuck out. And now they're saying, oh no, we can't do it. Look, Afghanistan is not she's not ripe yet. She's not wet enough, bro. We can't leave. This is bullshit. They've been doing this for 20 fucking years. Just go and Google how many articles you'll find about, the withdrawal is too quick right now. We can't have that. Every fucking administration, the Bush administration, Obama, Trump, it never ends. It never ends. So, they have no problem working with neocons, right? And I mean, literally a demon spawn. Like this, Liz Cheney is a demon spawn de facto. Like she's by definition a demon spawn. She's fucking Dick Cheney's child. How could she not be a demon spawn? Look at her. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is a fucking photo album straight out of hell, right? Family picture gallery straight out of hell. This is horrendous. A literal demon spawn. And so Democrats have no problem working with neocons, right? They've been rehabilitating them for quite a while now. And, once in a while, you also see skeleton Donald Rumsfeld come out of the closet. They'll prop him up on a chair for an interview with Stephen Colbert or something. And of course, Bush was on with Ellen. Yeah, of course. It's one big happy family. Orange shoot him and bad. It's okay, man. Bush created ICE. He invaded, fucked up the Middle East. It's okay, man. The tax cuts, whatever. Who cares about that? Surveillance. You don't have constitutional rights. Look, man, orange shoot him and bad. And that's why we're leaving the Republican Party now. Because everybody knows before the Capitol riots, before January 6th, 2021, or before January 20th, 2017, the Republican Party was a pristine establishment of only the highest caliber boy, yes? Only the finest. Everybody knows that. It's only until Orange Shooter Man Bad came along, only until Trump came along, that everything went sour. But before that, I mean, they could do no wrong, right? But I'm so glad, I'm so happy that 60 to 70 Bush officials, right, from the most villainous, scum, disgusting, just evil fucking regime in modern history have finally seen the light and decided to part ways with their party. I'm so glad. I'm happy for them. I really am. Oh Christ, fuck it. I can't get over how she's literally a demon spawn. Like that's just some other shit, man. Anyway. So yeah, I just thought we'd start out with that. Given how, yes, that was the lighthearted bit, right? We're about to go into worse. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So yeah, that's great, man. Anyway, we got 377 people watching. This is wonderful. Make sure you drone strike the like button, send it to Gitmo, do something with it, man. Just make it, react. We need to counter the algorithm, YouTube algorithm. And if you were watching on Rockfin, good on you. Thank you very much. I'm so ashamed I forgot Christian Bale's name. How could I do that? I fucking love Christian Bale, and I forgot his goddamn name. I hope I don't know if he's a fan of the show, but please, cut me some slack, man. I was mortified by that demon spawn I was just looking at. So anyway, let me close this shit out. God, she's horrendous. Christ. So, okay. Oh, by the way, speaking of death cults, I made a t-shirt or a hoodie, whatever, which one you want to get. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. I think I can pull it up for you. So I came up with this idea, right, with this phrase to describe Joe Biden's cabinet, his administration. And the phrase is Uncle Joe's Rainbow Coalition Death Cult, because that's what it is, right? They claim diversity. They claim that, oh, look, we have the first black head of the Pentagon, right? We have the first black man leading the Pentagon. Austin, who's a retired 4-star general who just so happens to also be a board member of Raytheon. He resigned the morning he was confirmed. Right? Not a conflict of interest, being the board, the member on a board of a weapons manufacturer and then being the defense secretary. Totally fine. Or, for example, Avril Haines, right? She used to be deputy director of the CIA. She was helping Obama out with his drone program, with the legal framework for that. She helped author it, and now she's leading. She's director of national intelligence, right? It's a woman, though. It's a woman in charge. You can't be mad. It's a diverse cabinet. Yes, they're warmongers. Yes, they're neocons. But look, it's people of color. It's women. It's diverse, and they've lifted the transgender ban also in the military, right? So how dare you be mad for multicolored imperialism? Anyway, let me show you the t-shirt. So Mona came up with the design, and I really thank her for this. I mean, I sent her like a mock-up, but she really perfected it. So this is great. Uncle Joe's Rainbow Coalition Death Cult. And you guys actually, I wanted to get one for myself, but you bought all of the hoodies and they were sold out, so I had to wait. But I think they're back now, and there we go. You see, that's banging, man. There we go. I'm gonna get this hoodie for myself. So I'm gonna put the link if you want that. I don't know, they got it in white and black and white and a bunch of sizes. And I think somebody ordered a mug. I mean, sure, okay, but I don't want to look at Biden eating his ice cream. But yeah, there you go. I just thought I'd let you know, and I think that's a very accurate description of his cabinet, right? Rainbow Coalition Death Cult. And I think it says down there, if the drones, hold on, if the sanctions don't kill you, the drones will. Yes, unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that. And the link is in the description and in the comments. You will find it, store.richardmedhurst.com. Right, so I need some water, man. Give me a second. Give me a second over here. Talking about these neocons. شوي. على مهل. All right. Let's get to the next segment, man. So, Christ, this is just horrendous. I mean, these people really fucked you. They fucked you good, man. And we've been witnessing this for the last year, right? It didn't just start now with this COVID monkey business. I mean, it's almost a year now since they did the HEROES Act and the CARES Act. And, you know, every single stimulus package or relief package, they're just relieving themselves, man. They're just creaming their pants at how many trillions they're giving their buddies in the private sector. I mean, the HEROES Act on its own. And again, with these fucking doublespeak names, it's just, it's unbelievable, right? The Patriot Act, the HEROES Act. No, it's not. It's the fucking Villain Act. That's what it is. The Villains Act, right? They give small business money to lobbyists, to friends of the Israeli military. Like, just, what the fuck? So anyway, fast forward to now. Fast forward to the present. They lied, man. They lied, goddammit. Oh, by the way, Newsweek, they called me a liar because I pointed out Biden's lies. We'll get to that in a second. But that was hilarious. Anyway, so you had the Senate race in Georgia, right? And Biden, he not just Biden, all of them, Bernie Sanders, Ossoff, they were all saying, look, man, we're going to get you $2,000 stimulus checks. $2,000. Now, I want to play you the clips, goddammit. Look at the shit, because I went and I got them out, man. And you can't excuse this. This is unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Look at this. Okay, here's Ossoff. Listen to him.
In charge, as it should be, of our national pandemic response. We will be able to pass 2,000.
You heard him. All right, now here's Joe Biden.
If you send John and the Reverend to Washington, those $2,000 checks will go out the door, restoring hope and decency and honor for so many people who are struggling right now.
I mean, is he mincing words? I don't think so. The Reverend Warnock, look, want a $2,000 check? I think that's pretty clear. That says 2,000, right? Am I tripping, or does that say 2,000? Somebody tell me that says 2,000. That's a 2, right? And those are 3 zeros. That's a $2,000 check. Want a $2,000 check? It's a $2,000 check. Here we go. Here's Chuck Schumer saying it, right? This is January 6th.
And the Senate Democratic majority is committed to delivering the bold change and help that Americans need and demand. Senate Democrats know America is hurting. Help is on the way.
You heard the man. You heard the man. Hold on, we're not done. Here's Ossoff again. Give me a second. I don't think you can hear this clip for some reason.
as ever, erratic and all over the place. But on this point tonight, he's right. $600 is a joke. They should send $2,000 checks to the American people right now.
Bernie Sanders.
Diddling around, and he may actually veto it. My view is that given the terrible economic crisis facing this country, yes, we do need to get $2,000 out to every working class individual in this country. 500 who are earning more than $150,000. I have no problem with doing away with that. But bottom line is, in the midst of this terrible economic crisis, we have got to get checks of $1,400 on top of...
Whoa, now he's... What was that, Bernie Sanders? Uh-oh. He fucked you. He fucked you. I was trying to get you ready. He fucked you. Yes. Did you see how they... You saw the bait and switch? Oh, yeah. Look at this. Biden unveils $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill. Oh, here he is to the rescue, right? Those $2,000 checks coming? Yes. Is that it? Nope. Mr. Biden in his... Let me zoom in for you. Mr. Biden in his American Rescue Plan calls for an additional $1,400 in stimulus checks for Americans on top of the $600 that's already been approved. No, hold on a second. That's not what it says, you asshole. That says a $2,000 check. I just played you the clips of them saying $2,000. Did I not? Look, they're just going with it. The media doesn't even question it. Third stimulus check. When could you get a $1,400 check? Now, what? And the Democrats, they posted on Twitter. The president of the United States will build on the $600 down payment provided by Congress last year, sending an additional $1,400 to households across America. Oh, no. Oh, no, they screwed you. Here's his plan, right? By the way, this was hosted on buildbackbetter.gov. Yes, that is actually a URL. But for some reason, the plan is offline. It's not there anymore. But I managed to get it. So look, he says $1,400. Now, forgive me. Forgive me for saying this. You're a bunch of crooked motherfucking liars, aren't you? You're a bunch of sacks of shit. A child knows that $2,000 is not $1,400. You didn't mention a down payment. You didn't mention in addition to the $600, which wasn't even enough to begin with, you motherfuckers. You didn't say any of that. A child could come and fucking certify that you are liars. A child who doesn't understand the fucking concept of politics. You could show them a sign. Is this $2,000 equal to $1,400? They're going to say, no, it's not. You know why? Because a fucking child knows that shit, you motherfucker. Who are you kidding, you assholes? What the fuck is this? And Bernie Sanders just going along with it? Shame on you, man. Fucking shame on you. Look at this, man. All of the headlines, they know. Democrats plan to use Senate win to pass $2,000 stimulus checks. Right? This is all from January and December. Again, I played you all these clips. And now it's $1,400. You motherfuckers. And now the media, look at that. Look at how they're reporting this. Should fewer Americans get a third stimulus check? So now it's not just, oh yeah, we're totally going to give Biden a pass for lying. And not just Biden, Bernie Sanders, Chuck Schumer, Ossoff, Reverend Warnock, all of them. All of them. All of them. We're not even going to mention this. Out of the way. Move out of the way. I don't think all Americans should get $1,400. Wait, like now it's not just, it's knocked down to $1,400. How many of you should get it? Huh? They're vultures. These people are fucking crooked. They're so evil. They have no shame. No shame. And then this was the mind-boggling one. Like this was the what the fuck? So Newsweek, they decided to put one of my tweets in one of their articles, right? The one I just showed you. The one I just showed you where they are clearly lying, where anyone can see. They are saying $2,000. That is not $2,000. That is $1,400. $1,400 and $2,000 are not the same thing. You are liars. So Newsweek, look what they say. This is a headline. Joe Biden critics claim the president lied, in quotation marks, about $2,000 stimulus checks. What the fuck? And then you scroll down over here, man, right? So they even feature the tweet. And I'm like, what? Why are you telling on yourselves like that? Why would you do that? And then they posted my tweet and Ryan Knight retweeting me, right? $2,000 is not 1,400. And then they even post the goddamn script. They quote Biden directly saying that it's going to be $2,000. The speech that I just played you over here, right?
If you send John and the Reverend to Washington, those $2,000 checks will go out the door, restore.
Okay? Why would you do that? I'm just, this is mind-boggling. Like you're saying that we're falsely claiming that Biden is a liar, and then you post the same exact proof showing that he is a liar. Who wrote this shit? Who wrote this? I want a fucking name. Matt Cannon? Matt Cannon, congratulations. You have won the Dingus Award. Okay? That's an award that I just made up. You are the first recipient. Congratulations, Matt. You just won the Dingus Award. You were a dingus. Everybody, congratulate Matt in the comments for being a dingus. It's really, I mean, we know the media lie, but it's rare that they tell on themselves in the same article. It's really rare. So I congratulate you on your Dingus Award, Matt. Well done. This is a great job. It's funny because they got so much heat, Newsweek. They got so much heat for posting this shit, right? I just straight up said it, man. This isn't journalism. This is just embarrassing and shameful. They got so much heat, they fucking deleted it. It's gone. It's gone. So look, how you liking the ratio? It's gone. It's deleted. They got rid of it. But I don't know why the article is still there. And at the bottom, if you go to the bottom, it says that this article has been updated with extra content regarding Biden's comments. The headline has been updated to better reflect the story. Well, it's not been updated because, you know, it still has that crappy headline. We're not. Oh, no, I know what they took out. They took out the falsely claim. So initially it was Joe Biden critics falsely claimed the president lied. No, we didn't falsely claim, and it's still not a claim either. I'm showing you, I'm proving to you, I'm asserting, I am giving you evidence that the fucker lied. I'm not claiming that he lied. I'm providing you with evidence. It's fucking hard-coded in sound and audio and video, you motherfucker, and in print. It's not a claim. Jesus Christ, this is journalism? Fuck me. You know, again, I'm gonna make this point, man. If they can convince a lot of people, and God, you know it, man. Most people reading the shit, do you think they have any sort of nuance? They're gonna exercise any sort of critical thinking? No, they're not. Unfortunately. They will literally read the proof that Biden lied and then still go, well, look, the headline says that he didn't lie. So obviously Biden is telling the truth. Holy shit. Wow. I mean, he's lied about WMDs, which is far worse, to be fair. So, you know, like this is a fucking joke compared to that. But my broader point here is that if they can start off the presidency by making people believe that, you know, look, Joe Biden never lies. No, these are stupid critics, man. They're idiots, right? They falsely claim, it doesn't matter. Joe Biden is telling the truth. We put lied in quotation marks, right? He's not lying. Joe Biden is a truth teller. What is it again? We put truth over facts, or whatever the fuck he says. Then, I mean, just imagine what the rest of the presidency is going to be like. You remember when you saw, someone said this in the comments. You remember when you saw Trump lying about the size of his inauguration crowd? And you just look at that and you're like, what? Why would you lie about that? Who the fuck cares? You know, it's like, we can see that shit. It's so trivial, and yet you're still lying about it in plain sight. It's this, but 10 times worse, because people's fucking lives depend on having this check, right? There are people who might get evicted because they didn't get this check, right? That extension for the moratorium, it's nonsense. It doesn't help people fully. It's just, you know, in case you don't pay rent, but there are landlords who are cooking up any sort of excuse because they don't like the tenant, and it's not enough, right? People got to eat. People have bills. They need fucking healthcare. This is not enough. This is a drop in the ocean, and it's nowhere near enough, and they're still lying about it. Just imagine what the rest of the presidency is going to be like. Look at how they're running cover for this piece of shit. Look how they are vehemently defending this sack of fucking potatoes. This idiot who really thinks that people are suckers. That they can't tell the difference between $2,000 and $1,400. A child can tell the goddamn difference. A child. God, this is really, really vile. It's really vile. And so, I mean, Christ, I'm just offended on your behalf. I'm honestly offended on your behalf, right? And I think this is a distraction. Also, we have to zoom out a little bit, take a step back, and realize what this is. This is a distraction. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Even if Joe Biden gave you $5,000 right now, it's not enough. It would be good, be better than him fucking lying. That's a certainty, right? And it would be better than Newsweek calling me a liar when Joe Biden is a fucking liar. I mean, this is unbelievable, right? This is some 1984 bullshit, right? It's really some. Right? I'm going to read you the quote. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. That's really what it is, man. You can hear it. You can see it. You can read it. No, Joe Biden is telling the truth. These people in indie media, they're liars. Look at them. They make claims. They make claims and assertions that they can't back up, Elvar. Yes, every balmy bunch. So this is what's going on. It's quite dystopian in a way. It really is. Like, again, it's not about me. It's nothing to do with me. It's just the fact that they're lying about this so openly, right? Yes, they always lie, and they've told bigger lies. But this is like something that a child can differentiate. It's not like you're going up to, asking them like, well, Biden said during his campaign he's going to be very tough on China. How do you consider his approach to the Far East and his appointees in terms of foreign policy? No, it's not that deep. This is a fucking number that a monkey literally a monkey. I'm sure a monkey could fucking tell you that $2,000 is not $1,400. A monkey could probably do that. And they're insulting people's intelligence. And that is quite, I mean, this is just, it's another level of fucking disrespect, right? He'd never do that to Wall Street. You can be sure of that. If he says, I'm going to give you guys in Wall Street, this much in tax cuts over the next 10 years, you fucking best bet he's going to give them those tax cuts, if not more, down to the goddamn decimal. You know that. But he can fuck you over, right? That's okay. And then everyone is going to go along with it. The media, Bernie Sanders, the progressives, they're all going to say it, right? They'll say, oh, yes, it's not enough, $1,400, but they're not going to call out Joe Biden. They're not going to step out of line the way they step out of line with Ted Cruz, right? No, you're not going to see that. You see them giving the Republicans heat on Twitter, right? You think they're going to do the same thing to Joe Biden? Never. They won't even tag him on Twitter. They won't even tag him. Duh, this is nuts, man. This is nuts. And so now they're saying $1,400. And the Republicans, what do they come up with? Their approach is $1,000. Yes, they want to fuck you even more. Look at this. They're pushing for $1,000. And they want to get rid of unemployment. So Biden wants to give you $400 extra a week in unemployment. They don't want that. Okay? So their package, instead of 1.9 trillion, it's far less than that. You got 618 billion. And the stimulus checks are only 1,000. I mean, this to me, this is a farce, and it's a show. It's a goddamn distraction. It's not about a difference of whether it's 600. Of course, it's about them lying. That's what I'm trying to point out here. That's very important. But my broader point here is that it's not about whether we're adding 600, taking away 400. They're fucking you because this has been going on for a year now. What have they given you so far? They gave you they gave you $600 just now in December, which they lied about, right? You had all these progressives saying that, oh no, I didn't vote for that. And you had swarms, hordes of their faithful minions on Twitter defending them. Oh no, AOC, Ilhan Omar. No, none of them voted for that $600. They know that's not enough. And then I showed you, I proved to you that was wrong. They actually voted for it, but without the NDAA, the defense budget, right? So they were opposed to some things in that omnibus, but they were fine with giving you $600 bills. I think just Tulsi Gabbard and Rashida Tlaib, they're the ones who oppose the $600, right? Because it's not enough. That's my broader point here. This is not recurring, okay? This is not retroactive. It has to be recurring. It has to be every month, and it has to be retroactive. That's the fucking bare minimum. They're already not giving you healthcare, right? The minimum wage, they're saying now they want to push that until 2025. That's if there are any jobs. It's a distraction. It's what it is. They want people fighting about, oh, look, we should be pointing out that they're lying, especially when they're fucking putting me in the article. Like, yeah, I'm going to say something, man. But it's not about me. My point here is that they're trying to get you to say, oh, look at the Republicans. You know, they want to knock this down even further. You fucking just knocked it down. You did it yourselves. You fucking lied from one week to the next. You lied, you assholes. You did that. The Democrats. You control the goddamn Senate and the White House and the House. And you're coming around and saying it's the Republicans. So what they're going to do now, the Democrats, they're going to do this by, they're not going to go with a filibuster, right? So with the filibuster, you need 60 votes out of 100 in the Senate to get it passed. They're going to do it with budget reconciliation now. Budget reconciliation, they're going to put forward a bill, get that through with just 51 votes with budget reconciliation. So Kamala Harris, she's the vice president. She'll have that breaking vote to get it over the finish line from 50 to 51. That's if every single Democrat votes yes. I'm assuming that's probably going to be the case. They'll probably whip everybody into line. But regardless, my point here is that, you know, why are they even entertaining what the Republicans are saying? That this is, you're going to do it with budget reconciliation. Fine. Okay. But how about you make it recurring, retroactive, and you go back to the $2,000 if not more. It should be much more than that. I mean, this is an insult, to be honest. It's an insult. It really is. And I've covered every single one of these relief packages. I mean, like fucking reading them through my goddamn legislation through my fucking eyeballs, man. You know, just the last one that passed in December. I was staying up all night reading that with my girlfriend, looking through the fucking roll calls and the vote and what was inside of it, right? And what they voted on roll call 250. God, I still have the number in my head. And 251. Dude, they are screwing you like you would not believe. And it's really interesting seeing Bernie Sanders, seeing progressives come out and say, yes, we need to give working families $2,000. You know, this should be recurring. And you're looking at that and you're saying, yes, this is good. And then as soon as the Democratic leadership says, no, it's 1,400. Shut the fuck up, get in line. They all do it. Like a bunch of ducks, right? Get in line. For the love of God, can you show me one tweet, just one, where AOC is blasting Joe Biden over this shit the way she does Ted Cruz? Just one. You can't find it because it doesn't exist. Because these people don't step out of line. That's bullshit. You control the entire, you know, you got the House, the Senate, and the White House. You have no excuse for this. And they're saying they're going to do it with budget reconciliation. Okay, so get some proper fucking shit through with budget reconciliation. Where's that $15 minimum wage? What do you mean 2025? Where's the goddamn $2,000 you promised? Fucking liars. They are fucking crooked. And another point that I would raise here is that I've seen people resign from their fucking parties, leave the party, just like we saw those rat packs of neocons leaving the Republican Party now. All those former Bush officials. You know, after 20 years, they finally have an epiphany. No, but my broader point here is that, and actually you could really make that point even with them as an example. I've seen people resign from their parties over way less than this. You know, to me, if I'm a congressperson, if I'm a senator, and I'm looking at the president of my party switch and bait like that and say all of a sudden, no, your constituents, they're not going to get $2,000 anymore. They're going to get 1,400. I'd be looking at them like, what the fuck? You motherfucker. And that's just like, you'd be just offended on behalf of your own constituents. Never mind the rest of the country, right? I mean, I'm offended on your fucking behalf. Everybody should be outraged. How can you not say something? How can you not be directing all blasts and criticism and heat and pushback against the leader of your party, right? The head of your government, the chief of the executive who's authorizing this nonsense. What is that? This is dystopian. This is bullshit. And again, I've seen people resign from their parties over way less. Honestly, the shit with the former Bush officials, all of them resigning from the Republican Party now over Orange Cheeto Man, as opposed to all the scummy crap that they did when they were in charge with George Bush. Yeah, I'd consider that as less of an affront than this. I mean, this is, you know, you're screwing over moms, you're screwing over working people, you're screwing over nurses, you name it, man. There are people depending on this money, and this is nowhere near enough, and you're still trying to short them. I mean, shame on you. You are disgusting. This is disgusting, and this has been going on for a fucking year now. This is really the last straw. How dare they? Honestly, how dare they? They're scam artists. And some people say, well, without the art. Yeah, so they're just scammers. I agree. Use whatever. They're politicians, man. And yeah, they've lied about way worse, but this is banana republic levels of lying, right? It's fucking pomegranate republic. It's a goddamn passion fruit republic. Whatever, man. This is way worse. This is way worse. Like that's a figure. That's a number. A monkey could discern the difference. God damn it. But yeah, that was really hilarious. I love how they took out the falsely claim out of the article headline. No, we're not making a claim, you asshole. This is a fucking fact. Okay, I've given you evidence. You even put the evidence in your own article because you're so fucking dumb. Oh God, enjoy your Dingus Award, Matt. You earned it. Oh Christ, they're so bad. They're really so bad. So Fred on Rockfin says Corn Pop was not a bad dude. Prove me wrong. I agree with that assessment. I think Corn Pop is probably a good dude. If he got on Biden's bad side, he did some good shit. We got 510 people watching. That's excellent. But we only got 380 likes. Now, now look, man, I just told you I can tell the difference between two goddamn numbers. That is not the same number to me. Okay, I want to get 512 likes, just like we got 512 viewers right now. Okay, don't short me. The fuck you think this is? Joe Biden's administration? Get that shit up right now. Smash the like button. So I'm going to get to some super chats. We got some lovely super chats over here. Wow. This is great. Ben, thank you. Ben says, long time no see. About to sleep, but wanted to give you some love. Thank you. I appreciate that. What the fuck is up with Anna and Vosh attacking Brianna? What the fuck? Also, you should debate Vosh for real. Hashtag Wall Street Bets. Hashtag hold the line. I agree. Hashtag hold the line with Wall Street Bets. You guys are doing fantastic work. So I actually don't know about that. I just, got on live right now and I saw briefly that she's coming under fire for something. I have no clue about that. So I'm going to have to dig in more. But, I'll just say this. Brianna's she's solid, man. I like her. So, she was on CNN just yesterday, I think, and she was making the case for, why don't you people bring on more like us, like actual progressives and lefties to talk about shit like, Julian Assange, to give you this perspective that a lot of Americans agree with, universal health care. So she did a great job with that. But I don't know enough about this, so I have to go see what's up. Carrie, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. There's no note, but nonetheless, Anna says, when I moved to Morocco in 2003, they refused to put George W. Bush's picture up. What did they know? Oh, man. I mean, everybody hated George Bush back then, man. I remember the shit. I do. I'm not surprised, especially in Arab countries. Oh, you know it. Everybody knew. Real Politics, thank you for the super chat. Says mad love and respect. Not a lot of people draw the line between Bush and today. Thanks for keeping it real. Of course. I appreciate that. I mean, look, man, let's be real. Like, George Bush is the fucking archetype of everything that's wrong with this this century politically. I know there are a lot of people who come and say like, oh well, we're now in like the 10th Reagan administration. They essentially say that okay, every administration since Reagan has been very Reaganist. Okay, yes, you can argue that definitely to some degree. But I think George Bush was once again one of those presidents where he just fucking flips the table over, right? He flips everything on its head. I mean, do I really need to explain this? I mean, again, I don't know how much you guys remember, how old you are, but the war on terror, 9/11, Iraq, Afghanistan, Gitmo. Again, that's another one I forgot to mention. They started Gitmo. The torture programs. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Every single thing that these presidents are doing since Bush has been a continuation of Bush. That's how bad it is, right? I mean, just ICE, for example. I'm sure a lot of you don't know that Bush started ICE. You might be thinking Trump started that because of how much the Democrats talked about it. And now all of a sudden, shh. Now the kids in cages, they don't matter, right? Are they going to get rid of ICE because ICE is so fucking evil? No, of course not. They're going to keep it. Why would they get rid of it? Why would a bunch of neocons get rid of a neocon creation? Yeah. So much. Like, we can sit here and talk for goddamn hours, and which we've done and we'll continue to do. But Bush is really a goddamn milestone. And it's ironically, coincidentally, this coincided with the turn of the century, the turn of the millennium. Again, probably just a coincidence, right? I mean, whatever. But it's not just in terms of what year it was. It's really milestone of goddamn evil, and that's saying something with American presidents. It really is, you know. That's saying something. That just turned everything up to the max. So Neil, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I'm gonna regret thanking you. So the super chat is marry, fuck, kill, and the choices are Rosensky, Mike Pompeo, Henry Kissinger. Christ, oh, this is awful. Dude. All right, look, man. Henry Kissinger, that motherfucker is getting linebacker number 3 or number 4. How many linebackers were there? There were two, at least 2. Linebackers when you had like 100 plus B-52 bombers just going fucking carpet bomb Hanoi in Vietnam. And this was the Nixon strategy of getting the Viet Cong to the negotiating table, right? I love a good I love a good case of diplomacy backed up by 100 B-52s. There's nothing like coming to the negotiating table after you fucking carpet bomb your enemy, right? That's really the quintessential textbook case of diplomatic endeavors. So anyway, that motherfucker, he's getting linebacker number 3. So that we're done with him. Christ, I'm not doing that with Pompeo. So I guess I have to marry him and see what he knows, right? And Roland Sheets with Brzezinski. I hate this. That was a really bad one. That was a bad one. Pompeo and Kissinger in the same one, really? Like, you're gonna do like that? Anyway, so Emblem Fate, thank you for the super chat. Says Richard, if you ever rob or drone strike a neolib, just say "but Trump." It seems to be an acceptable dodge to them. Nothing ever Biden's fault in their eyes. Damn, that's a good one. That's a good one. Do like the reverse but Trump, right? David, thank you for the super chat. The Tal Shia says, for all the people who voted for this liar, you are a chump, just like Malcolm X said. Absolutely. And I mean, I'd say it's beyond that. They're not just chumps. It's like, you saw that Newsweek article. This is cuckoo levels of lying, right? They're just straight up lying about what $2,000 is. It's $1,400. Don't get me started again. Zawaldo says Corn Pop 2024. You know it. That's a winning candidate right there. Rob Junot says, thank you, Richie. Love to all y'all. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, Rob. Very generous of you. Dropout Monroe says everyone here should donate $1 every time he goes live so we can ensure that he continues if they start shadow banning again. I wholeheartedly agree with that assessment, and I appreciate it very much. If you can afford it, if you can spare it, I appreciate that very much. So, yeah, I mean, look, man, right now with big tech, we already had our own issues, you remember, a few months ago. And it's always a risk, unfortunately. So there you go. It is. But I appreciate the sentiment very much. And I want to go over to a little bit of foreign policy over here, right? So this is very interesting. We're going to do this in 2 parts. I think we'll do this in 2 parts, right? But before we do that, with that said, I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. And in the... All right, there you go. So I'll be right back. Thank you very much for supporting the show. All right, we got a couple of super chats on PayPal and Venmo. I'll read them to you in just a second. Just let me get through this this next segment, and then I'm more than happy to read all of your super chats at the intermission or at the end. More than happy. So thank you again for supporting the show, for supporting independent media. Really, really goes a long way. So, okay. Right. Blinken, the new Secretary of State. So he does an interview today with MSNBC, and he talks about China. He talks about Iran and Russia. Of course, the axis of evil came up, of course. Even North Korea, but not Syria, I think, not so much. Anyway, so I want to focus on Iran. Okay? I want to focus on Iran over here about what he said. So this is great. Just more of the same nonsense. Here we go. Iran is weeks away from having material to build a nuclear bomb. What, again? Again? Really? Damn. That's absolutely crazy, man. It feels like, to me, it feels like they're always a few weeks away from having a nuclear bomb. You remember when Netanyahu was saying that Iran is 6 months away from having a nuclear bomb? This is back in 2012. Wow. That's almost a decade ago. Crazy, right? I don't know how that must work, but maybe 6 months in Iran is like equal to a decade. Maybe they have a different, maybe they're a different space-time continuum. I don't know. And over here, this is, I don't know if you can actually see that. I might have to zoom out. This is from, when is that from? Oh my goodness, from 2013. New report says Iran can have a nuclear bomb in a month. Going back even further, here's Colin Powell. Again, one of our favorite neocons. This is in 2004. That's almost 20 fucking years ago, man. Powell says Iran is pursuing a nuclear bomb. Oh my God. This is crazy. Crazy, right? We've come full circle from one neocon to another. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So you know what? Actually, we're gonna have a little pop quiz. I'm gonna read you a statement. I love doing these pop quizzes. I think they're great. I love doing these statements. These pop quizzes. I think they're wonderful and a real way to learn. And a lot of you have actually enjoyed the last one. So I'm just gonna read you a direct quote, and I want you to tell me who said this. Okay. So here's a quote. There is no doubt in my mind, and it's fairly straightforward from what we've been saying for years, that they, meaning Iran, have been interested in a nuclear weapon that has utility, meaning that it is something they would be able to deliver, not just something that sits there. Who said that? Which Secretary of State said that? Was that Pompeo? Was that Blinken? Was that Colin Powell? Who said that? Can you maybe guess? Let me see in the comments what you guys come up with. Let me see what you come up with. Okay, you guys are saying Powell, Clinton, Blinken again, Blinken. Okay, that's a good one. Corn Pop. Yeah, all right. Zillionaire says Netanyahu. Somebody made a tweet like that. Netanyahu is the best foreign secretary that the U.S. has ever had. I agree with that. Okay, you want the answer? That's Powell. I almost had you, though. I almost read you a Blinken one. I wanted to get you again, but it would be too easy because the last one was Blinken. They don't change, do they? They all sound the fucking same. I mean, this is the exact same. I'm sorry. It's the exact goddamn same. This is nonsense. And I played you the video. Give me a second. I played you this video from his confirmation hearing, right? So Let me pull it up for you. Here we go.
Enriching at a higher level. It is deploying centrifuges in ways that were prohibited under the agreement. The result is, based on public reporting, the breakout time, the time it would take Iran to produce enough fissile material for one weapon, has gone from beyond a year, as it was under the Jcpoa, to about 3 or 4 months, based at least on public reporting. And that
they lie so easily, right? After the Bush administration lied about Iraq, it's just the bar is so low now. You can just throw it out there, you know. Yeah, man. Of course they're working on nukes. You know, it's like they're 3-4 months away. And wait, Powell said that already? Yeah, whatever, man. They got fissile material now, and you know, we totally want to get back into JCPOA. Do you notice the staggering hypocrisy here? If you are the United States, right, and you are so worried that Iran is going to get a nuclear weapon, and you claim that without a shadow of a doubt, look, they are 3 or 4 months away. Oh my God. Why the fuck then would you not rejoin the only thing that carries out verification, that limits the number of centrifuges and enriched uranium? You know, the Iran nuclear deal, the JCPOA. Why would you be pussyfooting around and wasting time and wondering and pondering and contemplating whether you're going to re-engage in diplomacy with Iran? If you're so worried, you just heard him. He just said 3-4 months. That's the Secretary of State right now, not Powell, right? Even though he said the same thing. No, that's the current one. Again, saying the same thing. And he helped with the JCPOA originally, right? It's part of Obama's regime. So would you not rush to get back into the JCPOA if you're so worried? And you are one of the people who's engaged in that diplomatic endeavor? What are you doing? That's weird. Weird, right? It's odd. They're so full of it, man. They're so awful. So Robert Malley, okay, he's back in the game. Let me pull this up for you. There we go. Robert Malley. He was the lead negotiator for the JCPOA. You can see him sitting at the end of the table over there. So he's from the crisis group. Okay, that's his organization, the crisis group, right? They do mediation. They do exactly what Robert Malley was sent to do when they were negotiating the Iran deal. You can see him sitting opposite Zarif, who's Iran's foreign minister, right? And there's John Kerry, right? Another neocon ghoul. So, you know, Robert Malley, it's really interesting because you've seen so much hate and criticism coming towards this guy. And, you know, a lot of people, if you go read, for example, a lot of people in Israel, a lot of Zionists, a lot of neocons in the US, a lot of Iran hawks, they've been worried about this guy. They don't want him back, right? He's too soft for them. You know, they want to kill people in Iran with, you know, bombs and sanctions and, you know, anything else that doesn't work for them. If you start lifting sanctions and letting civilians in Iran survive, that doesn't work for them. That's not bloody enough, right? So Robert Malley, he doesn't quite quench their bloodlust. They have an issue with him, right? Now, look, man, if you ask me, and again, you can go and ask people in Iran. Even in Iran, you're going to have tons of different opinions about the nuclear deal, right? Some people are indifferent to it. They think it's neither good nor bad. Some people vehemently disagree with it. Some people are in favor of it, right? I mean, the way I see it, I think, of course, diplomacy is better than sanctions and war, obviously. But at the end of the day, I mean, could you imagine Iran coming to the US and saying, hey, you're not allowed to have nuclear weapons. As a matter of fact, you're not even allowed to have a nuclear energy sector. You're not allowed to have nuclear power without us sending IAEA inspectors to all of your nuclear sites, okay? And we're going to sanction you until you do. And you can't engage in, you know, transfer of arms. And, you know, if you step out of line, we might drone strike one of your generals. And, you know, any kind of diplomacy is going to be short-lived. We're going to pull out a deal anyway and, you know, put sanctions on you. We're going to kill you and just starve your people again. I mean, could you imagine this level of arrogance, this kind of aggression, Iran doing that to the U.S.? Israel, for example, they have nukes. Did anyone ever inspect Israel's nuclear sites? Could you imagine the outrage if someone even suggested that? How dare you, right? How dare you? They won't even confirm that they have nukes. Everyone fucking knows they have nukes. Of course they do. They have nukes. It's confirmed. We know that. But they won't officially say that they do. Could you imagine the outrage? So, you know, I think obviously diplomacy is better than what we have right now, right? But it is quite, you know, at the end of the day, you have essentially Western powers coming in, wagging their finger in Iran's face and imposing conditions on it that they do not do to themselves nor their allies. Yes, it's a double standard, obviously. Now, Iran, I mean, if they had nukes, man, you know, that I'm dying to see them. Because you keep saying 4 weeks away, 3 months away, and you've been saying that for the last 2-3 decades. So, you know, if they had something, they would have said something, man. They don't have anything. And now they're angry at Mali being appointed, right? And I think it's really important to pay attention also to the language being used, because this is now, it's considered normal in the media to say this. And you hear not just, again, not just the officials like Blinken saying it, but the media, the way they report it. They say like, oh, Iran is not meeting its obligations under the Jcpoa. Iran is not abiding by the deal. Yes, and once again, Newsweek, they're so horrible. I came across this by accident, but there's a headline from an article they wrote 1 year ago saying Iran has pulled out of the Jcpoa. No, they didn't. They're still in it, you dumb motherfucker. Like, why would you write that? Again, why would you write something that is so factually incorrect, you stupid motherfuckers? Anyway, so going back to the language, the way this is reported, Iran has a right not to follow the protocols in the Jcpoa because it says so in the Jcpoa. Here, I'll show it to you. It's Article 36. there you go. If you look at the last, so there's an entire mechanism of how a complaint process should be engaged, right? So they say if Iran or any of the other participants, right? So the US, UK, France, Germany, etc. You know, if they feel that one of the parties is not meeting their obligation, they can go to the Joint Commission. They can go then to their Minister of Foreign Affairs, and then of course they can go to the UN Security Council. And you know, there's an entire process here of how this should work. And well, sorry, they're supposed to notify the UN Security Council anyway. But if you read the last paragraph, if the issue still has not been resolved to the satisfaction of the complaining participant, and if the complaining participant deems the issue to constitute significant non-performance, then that participant could treat the unresolved issue as grounds to cease performing its commitments under this Jcpoa in whole or in part, and or notify the UN Security Council. Oh shit. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like exactly what the fuck is happening. Because when the United States left the deal, right, which definitely constitutes significant non-performance. That's a light way of saying the United States tore up the fucking deal, right? Well, Iran has the right to cease performing its commitments under this Jcpoa in whole or in part. And indeed, they've done that in part, not in whole. So bit by bit, every time there was some kind of major transgression from the Trump regime, they would respond in kind with ceasing to perform their obligations, right? In part. This is a pressure tactic. So at first they said, okay, we're going to increase the number of centrifuges. Then they said, okay, we're going to enrich uranium past 20%. This is now. They say if Biden doesn't get back in the deal, right? It's a pressure tactic. But they're still cooperating with the IAEA, for example. They still have inspectors coming in and out. So, but the media, they don't report it that way. They just say, oh, Iran is not meeting its obligations, like as if Iran is the one that is not, you know, adhering to the deal. No, this is what the deal says. It's in the fucking deal. I just read it to you, you motherfuckers. It's right there. Article 36, you fucks. Jesus Christ, this is so dishonest, right? They always frame it as if Iran is not adhering to the deal or performing its obligations. Motherfucker, the United States pulled out of the deal. That's it. Everyone else is fine with the fucking deal. The UN, the IAEA are fine with it. The Europeans, they're fine with it. Okay? Iran is fine with it. The United States is the issue. And once again, if they're so scared and they claim Iran has a nuclear bomb, they don't. This is ridiculous. Then why are you entering the deal if you're so concerned? Wouldn't that be the first thing you would do? No. Because what they want to get Iran's ballistic missiles They want a new deal that covers Iran's ballistic missiles, which have nothing to do with fucking nuclear weapons. They're ballistic missiles. They're just rockets. There's no nuclear warhead inside of it. Nothing. It's a regular rocket. Okay? You got their ballistic program and then their regional support for resistance movements in Iraq and Syria, in Palestine. That's what they want to get, and that's Trump's position. Wow. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Exact same fucking shit, and they don't even hide it. But of course, the media doesn't report it that way, right? They'll never report it that way because then the jig's up. The jig's up. Then everyone can see the game clearly. So like, wow, you assholes are exactly the same. There's no difference. Maybe there might be a difference. Maybe people saying that, oh, well, now that Biden has appointed Malley, that's good because, Malley, as we saw, he was able to get this deal done. Maybe that's a good sign. Okay, that's yet to be seen. But if you're saying that deep down you would like to do the exact same things that got Trump to pull out of the deal in the first place, that's not really, that's a conflicting message over here. That's a very conflicting message. So there you go. I just thought we would look at that very briefly, and I'm glad you enjoyed the pop quiz. I'm sure you did. So let me read your super chats over here, and I thank you very much. Danibles, James, Stu, Tony, thank you so much for your super chats. There's no note attached, but I really appreciate it very much. Mason says, God bless you, Habibi. Thank you. Mason Hamoud, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. God bless you too. God bless all of you. Trey says, you keep me sane. I thank you for all that you do. That's very kind of you. And I wouldn't I wouldn't blame you, given how shitty and dystopian in many ways the media is. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, if you look at the George Bush years, yeah, that was something else as well. But right now it's going back to the same levels in many ways. This kind of just lying through their teeth. And it's so worrisome to say that because, the media lies habitually. The politicians, the same thing. It's hard to look at Biden's record and be like, wow, there's, which lie do we look at over here? There are so many. But this is, wow. Lissy says, sending support from a fellow Cuban revolutionary. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's good. That's good to see an international audience over here. I love that. I love that so much. You guys are wonderful. And so let me just get to the other super chats over here. We got some people who sent some on Venmo, on CashApp, which you can do over here. I'm just going to read them out to you in the background. All right. So this will be good. This is from Kristen. Kristen, thank you so much. She says, for keeping us informed. Thank you. Thank you. That's a very generous donation. I appreciate it very much. We also got one from Mitchell. Says, bread, socks, and clean water. Hell yes. I'm going to use it for that. I appreciate that very much. Those are the essentials. Those are the essentials, baby. So we also got another one over here from Marissa. Says, Passion Fruit Republic. New shirts. Damn, that's a good one. I should probably make that into a t-shirt, right? We're on a roll now. We're on a roll. So as you can see, I closed out the window, I think, but we had the Joe Biden's Rainbow Coalition Death Cult t-shirts, which you should definitely get. I need to get the hoodie myself, but yeah, probably make a Passion Fruit Republic t-shirt. Thank you for the idea. We got also a couple of super chats over here from Debbie. Debbie says, hold on, it's loading. Give me a second. Oh, God damn it. It won't load. I can't read the message. It won't let me log in. Shit. All right. Give me a second to resolve that. In the meantime, we also have a new Patreon member. This is wonderful. So huge shout out to Dropout Monroe. I'm going to play Crab Dance just for you. This goes for anybody who signs up on Patreon. Y'all show some love to Monroe. Let's go, baby.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line, claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch?
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Cut that bitch off.
Hey, why you texting? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
I love it, man. How can you not love that crab dance? How can you not love it? How can you not love it, baby? So over here, we got, hold on. I'm trying to get to this over here. Colin, Habibi, thank you very much. Says, Habibi, once again, it's time for hashtag Colin's rants. So I'm going to read this to you. Again, I'm sorry I can't pull this up on the screen. For some reason, it's not loading, but I'm going to read you Colin's rant over here. It says, so sick and tired of these shit libs justifying that $600 plus $1,400. So they didn't lie. But even if people admit that at best the Democrats were extremely vague in their messaging, vague, why wouldn't they use that to push for $2,000 stimulus instead of negotiating with the GOP for less? Exactly. The truth is both parties never wanted to give a stimulus to begin with. They only used the stimulus as a carrot to get people in Georgia to vote for Ossoff and Warner. And the sad thing is that both parties will get away with this because people will not storm the Capitol as they have the right to do in this case because our politicians are not afraid of us. Hashtag fuck them. Yo, Habibi, I mean, 100%, I feel your sentiment. I really do. And it's obscene. It's obscene. And I think I mentioned that. I hope I did because you raised an excellent point here, which is what is this idea of negotiating or contemplating what the, the GOP want? I mean, you're going to do that with, you're going to force it through, right? You're going to bypass the filibuster and do it with budget reconciliation. So who the fuck cares what the GOP wants? This is absurd. And again, it's just a distraction. It's like, look, the party of Orange Cheeto Man, they want to take away $400. Bitch, you just took away fucking $600. They're great. They're really great, these bastards. Clap for that. No, but seriously, like, I'm saying that ironically, of course, sarcastically. They're great at lying. Cats, there's no note attached, but I appreciate the super chat nonetheless. And I think there's also another one from Debbie. There's no note either, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you. Mona has just sent something. Mona says, let me read this to you. Hey, Richie, just dropping by to show some love. Keep doing your thing. So proud of you, and thank you for always speaking truth and for being a great person in general. That's why you're the GOAT. Look at how sweet she is. Isn't Mona adorable? Thank you, Mona. That's really kind of you. And again, I want to show you guys the kick-ass design that she did because this is all, I sent her a mock-up. I should show it to you actually. I sent Mona a mock-up like with the rocket emoji and the rainbow emoji and a picture of Biden. I think it was the one where he's in the car, or maybe it was with the ice cream. I don't remember, but she took it and transformed it into this beautiful thing over here. And I mean, she's the GOAT for doing that. She's really the GOAT. Okay. So look at that. This is just a beautiful design, man. How can anybody not be on board with that? Come on, man. That is the shit. I mean, I'm just waiting to get mine, and I'm really excited for it. So thank you, Mona, again, for being so sweet, for doing this magical stuff. And by the way, Mona's actually done most of these, huh? She did most of these. This one is great too. Chanclas for all, and you got the whole neocon cast. I love it, man. Look at them. The demon, the demon in chief, Orange Cheeto Man, Biden Lion, and then we got Obama as well. It's great. It's great seeing all the neocons. So just getting back over here, just getting back to the stream. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody's super chat. I want to read all of them. This is great. I'm really grateful for you guys. We also got a tip on Rockfin. Thank you very much from Major Tom. Says the stimulus checks are probably going to be included in our tax returns as a refund. Except we're actually going to owe more than usual somehow. And I still won't be able to get my coworkers to strike. Just going to wait for one of them to snap and get me some of that sweet grief counseling. Man, actually, the thing is, again, this is so obvious that I think I forgot to raise the point. It's so glaringly obvious. And you mentioned this here is that, they're going to try and essentially get it out from you. And then they're tying this also to the COVID relief package, right? So why the hell aren't they just doing a separate bill for it? Right? Why aren't they just getting it through with the budget reconciliation by themselves? Why not? Why would you? Because you have to keep in mind, initially they weren't saying they're going to do it with budget reconciliation. This just came out today. for the last couple of days, been saying, oh, look, man, I don't know how many Republicans are going to support this. And, you know, it's going to be tough. Why the fuck would you tie it to that? Then you said the checks are going to go out the door the minute you get in office. You lied. You are liars. You cannot deliver at best. At best. It's not even that, right? It's not even that. Like, even if they're going to give you 1,400, where's the 1,400? Where is it? Again, zoom out a second, take a step back. Where are we? We're in February 2021 now. This has been going on for a year, give or take, right? A year that they've been fucking you. They've been shorting you. They've been stealing from you. They've been robbing you. These are crooks, man. They're crooks. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is beyond highway robbery. Look at what they did with the CARES Act. How many trillions they gave those fucking ghouls on Wall Street. How many millions they gave their buddies. These people are not public servants. They are fucking agents of Wall Street and serving, corporations till they fucking fall over and die, man. That's it. That's their sole purpose. They don't work for you. And that's the fucking problem. I mean, it's the whole problem. Again, and it doesn't start with just this check. That's what I'm trying to say. But God, they're so evil. They really have no shame. Like, they're trying to just... like, even if they can skim a little off the top, what is $600 to them? That's pocket change. But like, to you or to me or to the average working person, that's a lot, right? They don't care. Scammers, man. I mean, disgusting. It's really disgusting. Kaden says, where's that new crab dance? I love you, bro. Hey, we actually dropped off. We're not at 400 right now. I don't know why, but we're not at 400 Patreons. And so, I feel a little premature, for lack of a better term, giving away the new bombshell of a crab dance. So hold on. Where are we at right now? Somebody needs to give me the figure, man. And it better not be 1,400. No, that would be good, actually. 1,400. But let me just look over here. I told you, and I'm going to tell you again, once we get to 1,000 patrons, we're going to have a pinata of Kissinger. So, yeah, we're at 386. We're at 386. So by my calculations, no Democratic Party bullshit. By my calculations, we're 14 members away from hitting that magic 400, at which point I will unveil the new crab dance. So it's on you guys. I'm just waiting on you. Okay. You can go ahead and support the show for as little or as much as you like. If you can spare it, if you can. And it will be greatly appreciated. And if not, that's totally cool. Again, I'm going to go off on a tangent now, but I don't really like paywalls, man. I mean, the New York Times and fucking Washington Post daring to put up a paywall is really, that's rich coming from you. Like, you lied about weapons of mass destruction. I mean, you're toilet paper as far as I'm concerned. No, I mean, they still have some, from time to time, there's still some good articles. I don't want to, there's people who work there who were not there when the New York Times was lying, but they still continue to lie. They lied about Tara Reid as well. They tried to smear her, and they still cover for Biden. And, my point is, I don't really believe in paywalls. And, that's a whole other topic. We'll get to that at a later date. I don't know why I'm going off on a tangent, but it's good. I miss doing the long ass fucking streams, man. I miss the 7-hour streams. Who doesn't miss that? Who doesn't miss that, baby? So, Ricky Rant says Rockfin is the future. I hope so. I would really love it if everybody moved over to Rockfin, because, how long will they mourn me? No, that's Tuvok's song. Like, how long will YouTube be safe, man? You saw how this past year, these past 12 months, they've been fucking lefty channels, right? You saw how many games they've been playing. It's not a long-term solution, man. Brian Champagne, thank you for the lovely donation, says, respect, Richard, you tell the truth about war when only a select few will. And that's why you'll always have my support. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And again, this is like, it's not about the neocons only. It's not about Bush, but it's really, I think this is a quintessential, the quintessential issue when it comes to politics. Because for me, the way I see things, empire and all of the domestic issues, they're 100% intertwined. They're 100% connected, right? And this is not just with the U.S. I mean, you can see this throughout history, but the U.S. is right now, man. I mean, a lot of these issues are because the country is doing what? It's preoccupied spending money on bombs, right? You have things like the poor draft. I mean, it's not an accident that you don't have health care and you don't have good wages and, they don't give you a college education for free. That's not an accident, man. After Vietnam, they had to fucking kill the draft. And so, while other countries, you look at, for example, Austria, right? When did they get universal health care? If I'm not mistaken, again, I could be totally botching this, 1967. I think Greece is in the 1980s. The UK, for example, is just after World War II, 1947, 48. Meanwhile, all of these countries in Western Europe and all these allies of the US, they're progressing and getting their shit together and giving their populace healthcare. The US, right, is busy fighting the fucking Vietnam War. And the average age of a GI is what? They used to say it's 19. I think the correct figure is 22, like as if that's any better, or 24. That's not good. Guys in their early 20s should not be in the fucking jungle on the other side murdering people. No, go fuck yourself. So the average age of the GI is early 20s. They come back from Vietnam. What happens? Just in New York City alone. What happens in New York City? You got 40 fucking thousand Vietnam veterans registered as drug addicts in New York City alone. Now, again, I'm not saying I got something against drug addicts. No, my point is you had to, right? You had to go and register as a drug addict because that's the only way they're going to give you the check. And you got to take, I don't know what they're trying to give them. I don't think it was Oxy at the time. They're trying to give methadone or some shit, some kind of substitute for the dope that they were smoking in Vietnam. So, but just to give you a number, a figure of how staggering the drug problem was. So you got these kids coming back who should not have been there in the first place. They're coming back with PTSD. They're coming back with depression. They're coming back with addiction. They're treated like fucking shit. I mean, you can see the videos of how they're making these guys line up at 5 a.m. in the fucking cold just to get a check from the VA and a pill, That's in New York City alone, man. So, I mean, Christ. And again, you're looking at this right now with the $600 check, right? They promised you $2,000, now it's $1,400. And there are a lot of people going like, how can my government fuck me like that when I'm in need? Man, look at what they did to the Vietnam veterans, for example, right? Yes, the government does not take care of its own. Nonetheless, my broader point is after the Vietnam War, I mean, people were so outraged by how veterans were being treated. The war itself, it costs so much. And again, I think it's unfair to also just talk about that in terms of what it costs the U.S. You have to look at what it costs Vietnam. Vietnam is the real victim here. Like, as much sympathy as I feel for a young guy being sent over to fight in the fucking jungle, and it's not, he shouldn't be there, and he's also suffering. The Vietnamese are the real victims here. Like, let's not forget that. But nonetheless, the war caused so much outrage that they had to abolish that. So what do you have left now? How do they get people to go into the military and continue the empire? They fuck you. They don't give you healthcare. They don't give you college education, and they also scam you, right? So again, somebody will have to correct me if I'm wrong with the figure, but if I recall, you could get $20,000 for signing up to join the military. But then it turns out it's a scam. Like they'll give it to you in two parts. I think you get half of it initially, and then the other half after a couple of years of service. And people don't read the fine print, and they fuck them. And you got poor kids just signing up like that because they want cash. They need cash because the wages are so shit. There are no jobs, right? This is how they keep it going, man. It's no accident. And so once again, I go back to my initial point. This is just one facet. Just the poor draft is one facet of how empire and the domestic problems at home are so, inextricably connected and intertwined. I mean, there's no way around it, right? And then, of course, you can just look at the fact you have a revolving door, like your new Secretary of Defense. All right, he's the first black man in the Pentagon to lead the Pentagon. Yeah, but he was sitting on the board of Raytheon, which is weapons manufacturer, until last fucking week. I mean, that don't look too promising to me. Okay, that's a conflict of interest, to say the least. So again, you have so many issues. You have, ghouls from the private sector coming back to run the government, who have an incentive to profit from war. I mean, it's horrendous, right? And that's just one facet of it. So I know I went off on a tangent, but it's an important one, and I think it's really bad. And if you're surprised at how the government is treating American citizens right now, again, I go back to the example of Vietnam veterans. Like that, you got to keep in mind these are kids. They're coming back with mental illness. They're coming back with addiction, and that's not their fault, right? That's not their fault. You can go and listen to the interviews. These are GIs that are telling you, like, yeah, I was scared shitless. I took dope to calm my nerves. Can you blame that guy? I mean, they shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's a given. But, you know, this guy's a fucking 19-year-old. I don't think he really knows better. And, you know, you drafted, you're sent off. Again, you got to remember 30% of the military in Vietnam were black. So can somebody tell me what the percentage of the population in the U.S. is black? 13%. What the fuck is that ratio? Hold on, you got 13% black population, but 30% of the troops in Vietnam are black? Why? That's fuck. There's something wrong here. And, you know, of course, the way, you know how they fixed it? The way the government fixed it is they just got more poor white people to go and fight the war. Like, just, you know, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll fix the racism issue by just, you know, doing more class fuckery. Like, it's just so disgusting. It really is. It's really disgusting. And, you know, you can't blame those kids. You got just poor kids getting hooked on dope. That's because they were sent to combat, and they're coming back and they're being treated like shit, and they're being made to wait outside in the cold and treated like rats. You know, that's what the government did to them. And even amputees, like, you got a kid like lost his fucking leg in Vietnam. You think the government gave a shit about him? Of course not. Right? Oh, here's a purple heart. Here's another purple heart. Here's 3 purple hearts. Oh, you want to check? No, fuck that. Can't give you that. No. Here, swallow this pill and you can have a few crumbs. What the fuck? And these are people doing like 2-3 fucking tours in Vietnam. Like, shit. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it just goes to show you how little the government takes care of its own, even the people that it's going to send into fucking battle. Like I don't know what, you know, they tell you themselves, right? Oh, there's no bigger sacrifice than going into battle and serving your country. Yeah, what, by fucking blowing up Vietnamese people in Vietnam? That's not serving your country. That's serving Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and Boeing. But nonetheless, they tell you that's the ultimate sacrifice, right? Right? Bravery, patriotism. Okay. So you would expect that, you know, if you're coming back from that, you were going to be treated with a limousine. You're going to be, you know, they're going to roll out the red carpet for you. You can get out of a Rolls Royce, and they're going to hand you a suitcase full of gold. Nope. 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 I think I made my point. I hope I did. Anyway, so thank you, Ignitable Bump, for the double super chats. Says, I love you, Richie. I love you too, and I appreciate that very much. Beat Girl also sent a super chat. I appreciate that very much. You guys are killing it, by the way. I see we got over 460 people watching, and we got more likes than people watching. That's pretty good, you know. That's good, man. I appreciate that very much. We got 2 new people who just signed up on Patreon. I see Habibi Colin, and I also see Mitchell. I'm gonna play double crab dance just for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Y'all show Mitchell and Colin some love.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch?
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Cut that bitch off.
Why you texting? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. Okay.
Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch?
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Cut that bitch off.
Why you texting? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. Okay.
Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
Okay. Can you dig it? Thank you so much for supporting the show. Yo, check this out. We're at 386 right now. I think I need to refresh. Hold on. Where are we at? All right, my site is broken, but we should be 12. We should be 12 members away from hitting that goal on Patreon, from getting to the 400. I'm sorry I don't have the graphic up of Joe Biden sniffing the thermometer. I need to update it. But I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. This is amazing. I'm really excited to get to 1,000 because, again, the pinata, that is going to be something else, man. That's going to be something else. Oh, God. That's going to be great. So, hold on. I'm just pulling up. Okay, so again, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this fuckery. Okay, we got more fuckery to deal with. Oh boy, I know you must be going like, hold on, how much more can there be? Oh, it's endless. It's endless with government. It's endless, man. So, all right, here we go. Wonderful. So you already know that Joe Biden and the entire Democratic Party and the media apparatus, they're all lying to you now about the $2,000 stimulus checks, right? Now it's not $2,000 anymore. It's $1,400, right? And don't open your mouth. Because if you call out Joe Biden for fucking lying, then you're a liar, which is what Newsweek told me essentially, right? Yeah. So right now, they're not just screwing you with the $2,000 stimulus check, right? Which is, again, it's non-recurrent. It's not retroactive. Now they're screwing you with the minimum wage. What? Yes. Yes. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful? We have a new piece of legislation over here. Raise the Wage Act. Wow. That sounds good. It says $15 an hour, right? Wait, what? By when? What the fuck does that say? I must be tripping. Oh no. That's a 5. That's not a 1. Wow. You know, the Democratic Party, they really have an issue with numbers lately, don't they? Suddenly $2,000 is $1,400. And, you know, 2021 is now 2025. This is really bad math. This is really bad math. Are they trying to fuck you? I think they are. So this is great. This is great. I love how they gaslight you. I love how they troll you. They're like, oh, look, man, we realize that so many of our workers are not getting paid enough, right? We need to give 32 million Americans a raise. We need to reward essential workers. We need to lift workers out of poverty. Yes. I agree with all of this. But not right now, of course, right? They say not right now. No. 2025. What the fuck? $15 is not even enough now. It's not even enough yesterday. It should be in the $22 an hour, $25 an hour range. You know why? Because worker productivity has skyrocketed in the last decades, right? But weirdly enough, somebody in 1968 has more purchasing power than you do right now in 2021 in the United States. Think about that. 1968, man. The fucking, you know, not the summer of love just yet. Right? But this is the peak of counterculture, right? This is the peak of, holy shit, this is the middle class American dream. I can go buy a goddamn house. I can start a family in my early 20s. I can buy a car. I can start a fucking rock band if I want. I can do whatever I like. I just need to go get a job. And I can find a job. And I can get a job. I have easy access to the market. There are jobs and they pay good and I can live. No, you can't do that anymore. Not for the last couple of decades, right? Even though the productivity of the working class has gone up, right? You have computers also aiding that, right? A lot of automation. No, fuck you. Somebody in 1968 has more purchasing power than you do in 2021. That is staggering. That is phenomenal, honestly. That is extraordinary. And now they're pussyfooting around this. You know, that was one thing where I was proven wrong, where I was like, man, Biden's platform is shit. Like it's just dog shit from start to finish. And then he goes and takes one thing from Bernie Sanders, and what is it? It's the $15 an hour, right? And even I was like, even that caught me off guard. I was like, wait, hold on, he's running with that now? Okay. I hope so, even though it should be more, but okay. No, they're not giving it to you. What do you mean you're 2025? What do you know is going to happen in 2023? You don't even know if you're going to have the House and the Senate in 2023. Well, hold on. The Senate is in 6 years, but you know, You're going to have midterms again in 2 years in the House. Okay. Are you going to have the House? I don't, with this bullshit going on, I highly fucking doubt it. I really doubt it. And you should have learned your lesson from Obama, right? How did that go? And now it's not just Zen. It's not just 2023. No, it's 2025. Biden might not even be fucking president. Don't you love that when politicians give you legislation and promises about shit that, you know, will happen when they're not even in office? Isn't that great? So that way they're not responsible for it. They don't have to worry about it. I love that, right? It's as if they have, you know, they have nothing to do and with serving the public, right? They're so busy just, you know, giving hand jobs to their friends at Wall Street and kissing their fucking asses. You know, I mean, tending to the working class. No, you come last. What are you, crazy? You think these are public servants? What did you think? They're here to serve you? No. You come in 2025. You can wait. Fuck you. Wow. You know, it's not like people have been waiting for the last couple of decades, right? Right? No. Again, you have to wait till 2025. Again, they control the House, they control the Senate, and they control the White House. And this motherfucker is saying 2025. I mean, these people have no shame. Right now, if you are a progressive in Congress and you are witnessing this villainous, scandalous behavior and not giving, I mean, all of your scathing critiques and heat and venom to your party and, you know, your president, I don't know. I mean, you're essentially, as far as I'm concerned, you're working with them, because how could you look at this and not be outraged? The $2,000 checks are now $1,400. They're not even recurrent. They're not even retroactive. This shit, a fucking core pillar of the progressive platform, which all of these progressives have run on, all of them. How did they get elected? They promised you Medicare for all, Green New Deal, and a $15 minimum wage. All of them. They ran on this. They should have an emotional attachment to this, if not a political one, and human factor to it. Just having some goddamn empathy for your constituents, for the working class. They should be giving Biden heat nonstop. They should be fucking outraged. They should resign from their parties. Your party's not even pushing the fucking policies that you ran on. What are you doing in there? They're not just liars. They're not even pushing your policies. They're fucking lying about the policies now. What are you doing in there? Jesus Christ. Again, I've seen people resign from their parties over far less than this. This is outrageous. 2025, fuck you. And again, the worst part is they could probably get this passed if they wanted to with the budget reconciliation. And if you go and read that article from CBS, they say that, yes, this is on the table maybe. Is it really? None of them have been saying that. We don't even know if the $1,400 checks, which should be $2,000, are going to get through with budget reconciliation. You don't know that for sure. Right? Biden has been president for how long now? 2 weeks? What the fuck has he been doing for 2 weeks? You guys said as soon as Ossoff and Warnock, and they're elected in Georgia, as soon as Biden is in office, those checks are going out the door, right? Because you understand the urgency. There's an implication in that statement that, yes, people need relief right now. They need help right now. Great. So you understand. What the fuck have you been doing for 2 weeks then? What have you been doing? You have nothing else in the world except to serve the working class, to serve the constituents. That's your only fucking job. You have literally nothing else to do. You're sent there to do just that. Not to stare at the wall, okay? Not to jerk off your friends on Wall Street. No, you sit the fuck down and you pass $15 minimum wage. And you pass $2,000 checks, retroactive and recurring. That's all you have to do. Nothing else. They can't do that. And now they're telling you they won't even do it until 2025. Jesus Christ. I mean, can I just put this into perspective? If I came to you and I told you, listen, man, I'm going to give all of you spaceships in the year 2200. Just please vote for me. It's going to come. I promise you. And, you can look at my record as a politician. I've been in government for a long time now, right? Just vote for me. I promise you it's going to come in the year 2200. You would never vote for me. That's fucking absurd. And you don't even care about having a fucking spaceship because you don't need a fucking spaceship, do you? Right? People gotta eat. They need fucking money right now for their bills. And they even fucked you with that. And now they're saying, oh yeah, it's in 2025, whatever. You know, those of you who don't have jobs, who are screwed because of, you know, our shitty capitalist system and also the pandemic, we're not going to give you any stimulus checks. We're not going to cover your expenses adequately and keep you afloat. And on top of it, those of you who do have jobs, we're going to let you keep working for slave wages, essentially, for, you know, shit. The minimum wage is what, $7.25? What the fuck? It should be in the $22 range. $22 an hour, right? At least. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is scummy. This is villainous. I do not tolerate this. I think this is obscene. And again, the way they gaslight you, like look at them. They even have a nice fucking chart. They know. It's like they're telling you, yes, we understand. We need to lift people out of poverty. We need to help Americans, you know, feel that they are valued in society. We need to make sure that all these 32 million Americans are given a wage increase. But fuck you, we're not doing it right now. Wow. Look at their nice little graph. They even understand. Look, minimum wage, $7.25. Damn. This should be way up there. Should be way up there. No, we're not going to do it. 2025. You know, when Biden is maybe no longer president, when they no longer have the House, probably, most definitely. Yeah, 2025. Right. Just like climate change, right? You know, we'll do something about it. Yeah, you know, we'll cut our emissions by 2050. You know, no, not 2035, not 2025 or 2030. Even though Biden probably be dead by then. No, even that is too soon. Like, even when I'm dead, I'm not letting you do that until 2025 because my friends will not like that in the fossil fuel industry. So fuck you, 2050. Like, they will spite you even in death, you know? I mean, this is villainous. This is absolutely villainous. You know, progressives in the Democratic Party should be fucking outraged. They should be fuming over this shit. Fuming. Do you understand? They ran in 2018 over this. It's 2021. What the fuck have you been doing for 3 years? What are you doing on Twitch? How can you go on Twitch when your fucking constituents are being told their minimum wage is going to go up to $15 in 4 years? What the fuck are you doing? Oh my God. I mean, it's really a question now of you know, do you want to get fucked with a smile, or do you want to get fucked with you know, a half smile, which is Biden I'm talking about, or do you just want to go to the Republicans who are going to tell you the exact same thing but without a smile? They say, fuck you, no $15 an hour. No. Oh God, they're so scummy. They're really scummy. I can't believe this, man. And you know, if hold on a second. Let me pull this up for you over here. Right. So, do you remember in 2019? Again, because this one right now is called Raise the Wage Act, right? In 2019, the House passed an earlier version of this act, but didn't see a vote in the Senate. And why did they not see a vote in the Senate regarding that? Do you remember why? Every single thing they would say, oh man, look, we got all these bills. They're piling up on Mitch McConnell's desk, right? Every time it's Mitch McConnell. Okay. Mitch McConnell is the minority leader now in the Senate. You got Chuck Schumer. What excuse are you waiting for now? What excuse? Doesn't matter. The media is already getting you ready, man. Democrats want to pass a $15 minimum wage through reconciliation. Great, right? Oh, it's unclear if they can, right? They're lubing you up. They're getting you ready for the fuckery, right? So if it doesn't happen, oh no, look, man, you know, it's not gonna fly, maybe, man. It's not gonna fly. And the worst part is you got Bernie Sanders. He's going to be the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. Also, God, I can't wait for him to confirm a near attendance. That's going to be funny, man. Now, Bernie, he's spinning it straight. He's telling you what I'm telling you. You got to raise it to $15 an hour through budget reconciliation. There you go. But because, again, for those of you who are confused by this term, and I don't blame you, budget reconciliation, this is a measure that lets you pass something with a majority vote in the Senate with 51 votes, right? So now Kamala Harris, she will be the tiebreaker. So she's VP. She can do that. And she will be the 51st vote. And that's a simple majority, right? You have 100 senators, just need 51, and then you can get it through. Usually, you have a filibuster, you got 60 votes. And now, given them the Democrats barely hold on to the Senate with Kamala Harris being the tiebreaker vote, I mean, can you think of 10 Republicans who are going to support this? Good luck, right? Good luck. So they have to get it through budget reconciliation. Are they going to do that? Let's find out. I'm already waiting for Joe Biden to come here and say, well, look, you know, we can get the $1,400 check. But you know, we can't do more, because then this is going to become a tool that Republicans will abuse in the future. And then they will look back at what we did now. And yo, you just acknowledged that people are in need. You just acknowledged that the goddamn minimum wage is not enough. What are you doing, man? I hate this false dichotomy of either or. Like you can have some crumbs, but not a lot of crumbs, even though they're not sufficient. You know, $15 again, it's not enough. And you have to pay attention to this shit, because even if they get it passed, it's still not enough. And this is unacceptable. Why should workers be underpaid? This is absurd. This is unacceptable. Right? But they're not even entertaining that. This doesn't even come into the conversation. It's completely excluded from it. Right? The window of debate is this tiny. It's $15. End of story. And maybe it gets through with reconciliation. That's the entire debate. That's it. $22 an hour, 25. What the fuck? No. Not one person is going to bring that up. So here we go. Democrats could argue that a higher federal minimum wage does have a direct effect on the budget, but it's unclear if that will work or if that's the route they will take. Okay. So this is according to Sarah Binder from George Washington University. There's an outside chance you could do it through reconciliation, but I think what I take away from this, in fact, you need a supermajority and Republican support to get this done. Here we go again. This is the fucking steel dildo that they shove and ram up your ass every time, right? Oh, you know, we need Republican support for that one. We have to promote bipartisanship, and you know, we can't do everything and go wild with it. Oh my God, man. You know, the Trump regime got those tax cuts for the fucking rich. Yes. With budget reconciliation in 2017. Didn't give a fuck. But so you know, looking at that, you see Trump taking care of his own, right? An oligarch, a billionaire taking care of other billionaires. Democrats claim to be the party of the workers. Are they going to take care of you? Are they going to use reconciliation to advance their progressive agenda, which they ran on so vehemently, right? Are they going to use it to benefit the working class? No, fuck you. We need Republican support. We can't do everything. Maybe we can do the checks, but we can't do everything. Oh, God. And of course, you know, hold on. I'm trying to pull up the actual budget reconciliation law, because I had the entire PDF over here. Give me a second. Here we go. So okay. Are you guys ready to get technical? I'm going to try and not bore you. I'm going to try and not bore you too much. Again, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on constitutional law, but what they're saying over here, all right? Right. They're saying that some data shows that boosting the minimum wage would have an impact on the federal budget. And I mean, this is again, an absurdity of the highest order. An absurdity of the highest order. And I say that, look, if they're claiming here, like Michael Reich, okay, professor of economics at the University of California, that raising the estimated minimum wage to $15 an hour, that's going to have a positive effect on the federal budget. Okay, that's great. But they're telling you, yeah, once it's done in 2025, you got to do it bit by bit, incrementalism, right? And then you go to the Republicans and they tell you, oh no, but you know, this is gonna, I can't do a Mitch McConnell impression, but you know, they're gonna say, well, we have to consider the deficit, and you know, okay, where did you consider the fucking deficit when you were spending that on the military? No, that's okay. You know, everything is okay. They can play with the deficit as much as they like when it comes to the tax cuts, when it comes to anything that benefits Wall Street, when it benefits the private sector. That's fine. As soon as it comes to working class, no, fuck you. And then what do the Democrats do? Instead of saying, hey, fuck you, we're still going to do it anyway because it benefits the working class, they go, oh, no. You know, we need their support. We have to consider their thoughts. I'm so sick of this. It's vomit inducing. It makes me nauseous, right? This is an absurdity of the highest order. And that the fact they're doing this during the pandemic and trying to fuck you with both things, the stimulus check and also the minimum wage, 2025. Jesus Christ. I mean, they have no shame. They really got no shame, man. I'm done. Okay, we got a bunch of super chats over here that I need to tend to. And I thank you very much, but I just need to get a sip over here. Christ. Emblemed Fate says, I'll never forget when I was 11 and my parents passed a military graveyard and told me to never be there. This country doesn't like you. They worked at the VA. Oh, shit. There you go. That's what we were talking about just earlier. You know, that's it. You know, and your parents know how they treat them, how they treat veterans. You know. Jack Goff, thank you for the super chat. Says, what is your favorite part of your job? That's a good question, man. I appreciate that. I don't know, man. I mean, all of it, I guess. Although the substance, the substance of it is not exactly. It's not exactly fun, is it? You know, I mean, reading about like wars and the working class being fucked. Yeah, it's not exactly the most, you know, vibrant, positive material. But I would say the lives. If I can be honest, this right now, the live sessions, the Q&As. Also, yes. So I just realized Jagoff. I got it. You're from Chicago, right? No, but anyway, so I'd say this is the favorite part. And of course, you know, being a jagoff. So there you go. That's wonderful, man. Scrimp Eyes, his thoughts on Myanmar. Biden seems to hold the stance of calling the country Burma, even though they have been formally recognized as Myanmar since 1989. Yeah, so Biden also said he's going to slap them with sanctions. I was like, oh yeah, this is the quintessential response to any political crisis, right? Just slap it with sanctions. I was like, shit, is Pompeo still there? You know, but anyway, my thoughts on it, I don't have any right now, man, because the only thing that I was doing, I was preparing all day for Press TV and also for the stream right now. And as soon as I'm about to go live, I look at that, I'm like, what the fuck is happening in Myanmar? You know, I was like, what? There's a coup? And then I saw a video of a girl dancing. She does her workouts in front of this, she was doing a workout and behind her you got a military convoy just passing by. I wanted to play it to you, but there's music in it and I don't know if it's copyrighted. And you know, it's like just casually a coup taking place in the background. But yeah, I also noticed that with Biden referring to it as Burma. That was kind of funny. So hold on. Oh shit, Trey, you can't be coming with these compliments. I really appreciate that. I don't want to be just to be fair and consistent, I'm going to read it out because I read all the super chats. It says, Richard is handsome as fuck. Nobody can change my mind. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You're very kind. Scrimp Eyes says, U.S. had a high concentration of intelligence agents in Myanmar from 2012 to 2014, assuming they never left. Can't help but feel like there is more going on. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, I mean, you of course, that's a given. That's a given, man. You can just look at their allies. You can just look at Germany, for example. It's crawling with American spies. Why wouldn't it be in Myanmar? And we saw also back then how that was exposed. So again, I mean, I know the knee-jerk reaction is to say the CIA is involved, but because they usually probably are. But you know, I don't know enough about it. I don't want to say too much. I just the only things that I saw very briefly before I went live, because it just happened a few hours ago. I said to you, so I will be doing that for you in the next one. And That's a good point you just made, huh? Always paying attention to that. That's good. We got another super chat over here. There's no notes. This is from Sijda. I appreciate it. And from Denise says, one would think that these politicians had an I got it moment after the storming of the Capitol. Yeah, well, you know, in terms of... hold on. In terms of AOC... Okay, hold on. I got to go through this, man, because this is fucking hilarious. I gotta pull this up and show you. So, hold on. This is just unreal. All right. I love the impromptu segments, man. There's nothing better. All right. So we got one over here. Okay. Give me a second. Oh, God. What a drama queen. Okay. Yeah, this one was great. This made me laugh a lot. Okay. This picture over here I'm about to show you. Right. So I'm assuming most of you are up to date, at least I hope so, on what happened with GameStop, right? Again, I know this is a bit complicated because, you know, it's not a lot of people understand commonly what is shorting and all this stuff. And I wanted to do a longer video on that and touch on this whole GameStop thing. And again, we have a special guest coming on Friday, so I'm going to reserve that for Friday. But just briefly, I just want to show you something because, I mean, it's unreal. Essentially what happened with GameStop, the app where people were trading and buying up all this GameStop stock in order to do a short squeeze, basically drive up the price of the stock and screw over all these hedge fund managers who tried to short GameStop because they thought it was going to fail. The Robinhood app, okay, again, very, very fitting name. They decided to stop people from buying more stock, right? They said you could sell it, which would drive down the price, but you can't buy up anymore. And I mean, this is blatant market manipulation. It's illegal. Everybody agrees with this. Like everyone, I mean, you go ask someone on the right, you go ask someone on the left. Everyone is in unison on this, that this is absurd, right? People on Wall Street constantly gamble. I mean, that's the whole thing. What do you think shorting is? These hedge funds were betting against GameStop. They were betting that GameStop would fail. That's why they bought up, they shorted all those stocks, right? And now they're being squeezed by people on Reddit who are like, hold on a second, look at how much money they've got invested in GameStop in the shorts. So let's go and buy up all this stock that will drive up the price, and then they're going to owe a bunch of money and go bankrupt. And it worked, right? So you got Melvin Capital that got screwed over a couple of billion. They got to be bailed out by 0.72 yeah, so that's a significant dent, and they've lost a bunch of assets. So everybody's in unison, like, well, hold on. If these hedge fund assholes on Wall Street, these rich bastards can go and screw over, working class people like they did in 2008 with the financial crisis where they were gambling on the economy, they can do all this stuff. Why is Robin app stopping people on Reddit now? Just random people like you and me, for example. If you want to go and use that, now we can't. You're not allowed to. Why is that all of a sudden? Well, it turns out one reason. Robinhood, every time, how do they make money? Every time someone buys some stock, right? They skim a little off the top. So they go and, hold on, I'm going to pull this up for you. So you thought there's a conflict of interest? Yes, you betcha there's a conflict of interest. And not just, one in terms of class. So Citadel, right? Citadel, which is run by Griffin. That's his name. I was trying to look for Kenneth Griffin, right? They make money off of Robinhood every time someone buys the stock, right? And they also happen to be involved in helping out Melvin Capital, right? So the thing is now, when they're stopping people from buying stocks on the Robinhood app, they're doing this because it benefits Citadel, which is the proprietor of Robinhood, the owner of Robinhood. Because every time people are buying up more stocks of GameStop, Citadel are going to lose money. I mean, that's a huge fucking conflict of interest. Not to mention, as I just said, that, I mean, this is blatant market manipulation, right? It's insane. It's insane. They're deciding what stocks you can buy and can't buy. I know this sounds like the filthiest capitalist argument, like everybody should be allowed to buy stocks and participate in the free market economy. No, that's not my point here. But my broader point was that everyone agrees on this, okay? Whether they're on the left or on the right, apparently. So I get to my main point now. I just wanted to give you this background info. Now AOC, look what she posted. She said, "This is unacceptable. We now need to know more about Robinhood app's decision to block retail investors," meaning the people on the subreddit Wall Street Bets, or anyone who buys GameStop stock. "We need to know more about Robinhood app's decision to block retail investors from purchasing stock while hedge funds are freely able to trade the stock as they see fit. As a member of the Financial Services Committee, I'd support a hearing if necessary." Okay? Now Ted Cruz comes along, right? And he says, I fully agree. Wow. You know, man, let me tell you something, right? Like when you got AOC and Ted Cruz agreeing on something, shit, that means somebody really fucked up, right? And look what she responds. Look what she responds to him. "I am happy to work with Republicans on this issue where there's common ground, but you almost had me murdered 3 weeks ago. So you can sit this one out, good sir. Happy to work with almost any other GOP that aren't trying to get me killed. In the meantime, if you want to help, you can resign." What the fuck? What is she talking about, man? Yeah, look, I'm just out of curiosity here. Like, if someone tries to murder you, shouldn't you file a police report? I mean, it's murder. You just accused him of trying to murder you 2 times in the same fucking tweet. That's a big allegation. Once again, you gotta have some big cojones to say that, right? It's like when you say Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. Like, holy shit! Do you know what you're fucking saying? You better have proof. Like, you can't just say that shit. Again, you're saying this guy tried to murder you, and you're just roasting him on Twitter. I don't know what's going on here, man. I do not know what's going on here. Shouldn't you file a restraining order or take him to court or get him arrested? One of those things. I don't know. If this is serious. I don't know, man. You know, there's I don't know what to say. Someone on Twitter made this and sent it to me. Oh my God, that's just horrendous. It's just horrendous. But seriously, like, what is going on here? What is going on here? I mean, her logic is that, you know, okay, Ted Cruz and Trump, you know, they incited the riots at the Capitol and all white supremacists were going after her and shit. Look, man, I can imagine she's rattled. Fine, I can acknowledge that. I accept that. But seriously, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about, man? Like, she acts like she survived the fucking war in Syria or something. You want to talk to my cousin? Or I don't know. I've had my cousin on the show many times. You can watch the videos where I talked with him about, you know, his experiences there. I still have other cousins that are still there. Do you want to talk to them? You know, I think they have some fucking grievances with the people that you celebrate and work with inside your party, right? A lot of grievances. I have some fucking grievances as well, right? After that bombing in Islamabad, which of course was funded by CIA fucking money, your government. I have some grievances. That's you know, almost getting killed, getting blown up by fucking double suicide bombing or mortars coming down. You know, that's some real shit. But if you and you know, going on Twitter then and roasting Ted Cruz, I mean, Jesus Christ, if he tried to kill you, what is this? Anyway, look, man, my broader point here, what I think is so villainous, what I think is so fucked up. This is, I think Glenn Greenwald made this point, and it's really an excellent one. Do you see how she's trying to dismantle any kind of progress right there? It's rare where you have so many people from, you know, all across this political spectrum agreeing with each other, right? It's rare. You have to admit that. And what does she do? She's like, oh yeah, you know, no, I can't do that right now. Fuck you. Team Blue versus Team Red. We're back to the whole, you know, Orange Cheeto Man bad, and it's just we're not leaving it. And even today, I'm not kidding. Just a few hours ago, she's like, I'm going on Instagram to talk about Ted Cruz, you know, almost getting murdered by Ted Cruz at the Capitol. What? No, do something about this shit. What happened to this shit that you were just talking about over here? This. You said this is unacceptable. Well, get to work. What the fuck are you doing? No. We can't have that, man. Sorry, I just randomly clicked away from the tweet. Going back. Here we go. So she's trying to beef with Ted Cruz. I mean, this is just nonsense, man. This is just nonsense. That doesn't strike me as someone who's interested in actually getting something done. It really doesn't. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying you have to like the fucking guy. We all know he's the Zodiac killer, but still, I mean, for Christ's sake, man. For Christ's sake. It's rare that you have some kind of unison and everybody agreeing with each other, you know? Because we keep hearing, like, for example, with the $15 minimum wage, which we just looked at right now. Oh, no, that's 2025. Oh, no. And, you know, for the last week, they were talking about the stimulus check, which they knocked down from $2,000 to $1,400. Oh, no. Man, we need to get Republican support. We need that Republican support. We can't do anything. We need Republican support. Oh, we need fucking bipartisanship. Oh. And then the fucking second there's a glimmer, there's a sliver of hope, she just shits on it. What is wrong with you? What did you think you were going to have at the Capitol? Who did you think you were going to work? You did not know Ted Cruz is in the fucking government when you went to work there? You did not know it's filled with assholes? Where the fuck do you think you work? You work at the Capitol. It's a cesspit. It's filled with fucking pieces of shit. Those are your colleagues. Your party is filled with pieces of shit. All of them are pieces of shit. What did you expect? All of your fucking government kills people every fucking day. That doesn't matter. All of a sudden you're offended now. This is bullshit, man. This is just drama queen nonsense. I really have a hard time tolerating this. You know, I really do. Because, and by the way, look at this. Okay, the goddamn tab just closed out. But my broader point here was that I can't tolerate this excuse that, oh, we can't do anything without bipartisanship. And then the second it comes along, oh no, she shits on it. These Democrats, Republicans, they're such fucking crooks. This is one of the biggest cons of all time. You know, it really is. It really is. I know you go to the UK, for example, you have your Tories and Labour. Yes, they're also, it's sort of a duopoly. I know you have Lib Dems and you have, you still have, a bit more, you have the SNP, you have a bit more of a plurality in parliament. But still, nonetheless, it's still mainly Tories and Labour. But man, you go to the US, I mean, this is a fucking, a con, really. I mean, it's Democrats and Republicans, and there is no room for anything else. And if the Greens trying to, they'll throw the Greens off the ballot. You can't even vote for Greens. No third party. They'll shit on third parties. And they force you to work in this false dichotomy where it's one big team. It's one big club. They're all fucking friends at the end of the day, right? You got, just like we saw 60, 70 fucking Bush regime officials jumping ship now from the Republican Party and some of them going to the Democrats and some of them independents. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's one gang. This is all fake nonsense, fake drama, so that nothing actually changes. Fucking astonishing. You would think that someone like AOC, who, ran on economic and racial justice, right? Who, if she's echoing Bernie Sanders' platform, would be railing against Wall Street. She would jump at the opportunity to get something done about Wall Street. Nope. Ted Cruz tried to murder me. Well, bitch, why don't you go file a fucking police report? What are you waiting for? Jesus Christ. Holy shit. That is a bombshell allegation. He's a senator, It's a pretty big allegation. You should do something about that. No. We can't pass policy either. No, I'm going on Instagram. Okay, this is great. Well done. This is the progressive movement. Well done. Just amazing. Wow. So yeah, I just want to go through that fucking pathetic palaver. Anyway, Glory says, Rich, I'd listen to your point here, but you almost had me assassinated that time 2 months and 3 days ago when you said U.S. elections aren't bastions of fairness. Shit, girl. Oh, you got me right now. Shit, I guess it's over. Yeah. Oh God. Mona says, did you check PayPal? Also, who is the guest? I did. I mean, I need to check it again. But I can't tell you the guess. Maybe I'll tell you off the air. But I don't want to spoil for everyone else. I shouldn't be spoiling for you. But again, for those of you who are just tuned in, on Friday, we're going to have a special guest to talk about this GameStop. And man, you're going to love this. I'm excited as hell. I really am. So this is great. Let me just check the PayPal. Give me 1 second. Mona says, need to say happy birthday to my girl Claudia, happy birthday, who's 29 now. Can she get a birthday crab dance? She's one of the best people I've ever met and is so kind and loving and thoughtful and just one of the best people ever. Love you, Claudia. Of course, we can get you a crab dance 100%. Y'all say happy birthday in the comments. Let's get it rolling, man. Let's get it rolling.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch?
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Cut that bitch off.
Hey, why you texting? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. Okay.
Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
Happy birthday. Hey, we got just a couple more super chats. Anna says, boondoggle, noun, work or activity that is wasteful or pointless but gives the appearance of having value. AOC. Yes, I share your sentiment. Levon Huey says, AOC almost murdered 15 million people by not forcing the vote. That is not even, look, man. That is already a way more substantive allegation and a statement than the shit that she's saying. I mean, people literally die every year because they don't have healthcare, right? We know this because, I mean, Jesus Christ, do we really need to spell this out again? You have 50,000 people dying every year because they don't have healthcare because they're either uninsured or underinsured in the United States. In the pandemic now, with millions more that have lost their healthcare because it was tied to their jobs, who knows how much that number is, right? You have things like the male suicide epidemic. You have the opioid epidemic. These things that are public health emergencies and going untreated, right? Unresolved. I mean, there's so much to talk about. Having healthcare and access to mental health treatment by extension, because that will be covered under universal healthcare, right? This is paramount. This is essential to curbing that. I mean, you have one of the highest infant mortality rates. That's also another thing that impacts people because they don't have healthcare, because the healthcare system's fucked, right? I mean, we haven't even gotten to the part where the infrastructure is crumbling, where, you know, the pharmaceutical companies are ripping the taxpayer off, using their money to fund their own research and then profiting off of the drug, which was funded by taxpayer money, and then, you know, jacking up prices for the same drug, which they sell for cheaper abroad. It's so much to look at. It's endless. It's fucking endless. And the corruption, the revolving door, it's endless. So that is a way more substantive statement. It's true, man. And again, it's not just AOC, it's all of them. Like every second that you don't pass fucking healthcare, you don't advance on that, people are dying. That's a fact. It's a statistical fact. And they know it because they fucking said it. I can assure you, if you go now and you look at clips of AOC talking about why people need universal healthcare, she's going to say the same goddamn thing Bernie Sanders said, which is what I just told you. You got tens of thousands of people dying every year because they're not have healthcare. So if you're aware of that and you're not fucking doing anything, no matter how slim the chance, I mean, Jesus Christ, are you helping or what? Anyway, you know, I think that's an excellent point. Thank you for raising it. Thank you for raising that. But yeah, Glory really made me laugh with that. That was Richie. I'd listened to your point, but you almost had me assassinated that time 2 months ago. Oh, guys, you guys are great. You really are. I just want to make sure I got everybody. I didn't miss anyone. So with that said, okay, I see. Ricky says AOC is crying on Twitter right now. Again, man, I don't care honestly about like, it's not just about her. Like, this is the entire party. It's a corrupt cesspit. It's a disgusting corrupt cesspit, and I'm sick of them. I'm so sick of them. I really am. This is not a vehicle through which you can achieve change. This is an absurdity. This is a fucking absurdity. Like this is really the issue when people they don't look at the history of these parties and of the working class. I'm not talking about like 200 years ago, just, the last decades, the last couple of decades alone. But yes, if you do look at 100 years ago, I mean, this is what's insane. Like, people are able to say, okay, the pandemic right now, the economic crisis, these things are so bad, they're comparable to the Great Depression, right? I'm sure you've heard people make that comparison. You probably made it yourself. I think you could reasonably make that comparison. It's definitely the worst economic crisis in modern history. And, the pandemic has only exacerbated that. I mean, just look at the transfer of wealth. It's obscene. And they, of course, played a part in that. All of these lovely little progressives, they fucking voted for that. But on top of it, just in general, so many people lost their jobs. And it's weird. All this money that they lost is gonna, they've gained in trillions. The billionaire class have become exponentially richer. So people realize that, wow, these are really desperate times. You have millions of people out of a job, minimum wage and going nowhere, no healthcare. This is really bad. So they're able to make that connection with the Great Depression. They're able to make that connection with the size, the magnitude of it. And then you tell them, what are we going to do about it? Right? What are we going to do? And here's what's fucking astonishing, right? What do they say? Oh, we're going to reform the Democratic Party. Oh my God. No. Do you think that's how people got a New Deal? They went to FDR, they went to Franklin Roosevelt, and they were like, please, Mr. Roosevelt, can we reform the Democratic Party? If we just elect a few progressives. Do you think that's how it went? Because again, people make the connection. Okay, this crisis is really bad. It's comparable to the Great Depression. What helped in the Great Depression? A New Deal, right? The New Deal. We got a federal jobs program, federal jobs guarantee, right? You got the whole nation hustling and bustling. You got people back in work. They were given wages they could live off of. They recognized this is a very bad crisis. You need a very big solution. And then how did they get that New Deal? What the fuck did they do? You think they ran progressives inside the fucking Democratic Party, you motherfucking idiots? No! They said, yo, you're going to fix this shit or we're going to revolt. We will revolt. Not, oh yeah, we're going to wait for you to pass a $15 minimum wage in 4 years or some shit. Fuck you, no. We're going to flip the table over. Do you understand, asshole? That's how it went. That's what happened. In so many words. In so many words. Not what you're seeing at the Capitol, not that. But in so many words. And you have to consider, man, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. 1930s? What just happened in Russia? Oh, a lot of people all across the world are very inspired by that because at that point, this is like, oh shit, that country is now full-blown communist, right? Revolution worked there, not reform, revolution. And so there are people that are really, they're inspired by this. They're ready to go. They've had enough. They're at the end of their wits with this crisis, with the depression. They're at the end of their wits and they've seen what's worked. It's revolution. And they threatened revolution. They got a fucking New Deal. Now, honestly, did that suffice? Obviously not. Where there was no healthcare included in that. You still have decades afterwards where the government was trying to dismantle everything in the New Deal. Yeah. But my point here, again, is that you did not get that by reform. And this is, again, it's so astonishing. Like, people recognize the magnitude of the crisis. They recognize the fact you need a huge solution. And then they just, oh yeah, we're just going to reform it nicely. We'll have like a couple of nice people go into the party and ask nicely and, that'll work. Oh my God. No. That's not how it works. Anyway, man. So, Sijda, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. It says, what did you say about North Korea? My kids were screaming. Apologies. I'm not getting the reference right now. I'm really not. I mean, Anthony Blinken was talking about North Korea earlier, but I'm not getting the reference. You'll have to excuse me, man. I'm hoping someone's going to explain it to me in the comments. Pookie from New Jack City says, watched a great podcast today. It discussed the politicians of the United States, half century becoming careerists. They run on getting reelected rather than policies. Yes, absolutely. And that's the issue right now. They are running on becoming careerists. That's it. They're working within the confines of the Democratic Party, which means what? Getting fuck all. getting nothing done. That's what it means. That's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. And, you know, it's astonishing because before they got in, and I've played this clip too many times and I'll play it again, you know, you have AOC saying that, you know, you can make bold change by being bold. And so what if you're a one-term congressperson, right? So she understands it's not about becoming a careerist or doing what's best for a long-term trajectory within the party. It's about getting something done, getting something advanced for the workers. She says that. She acknowledges that. That's her saying that. And then what is she doing now? She's playing the career moves, right? There you go. There you go. Oh my God. Okay. Well, what I said about North Korea, I see your comment. What I said about North Korea, I mean, this was just at the very beginning of the stream. We didn't say much. I just said that it was brought up by Blinken. Blinken, he gave an interview, and, you know, he talked about Russia, China, North Korea very briefly, and that's it. But I focused on Iran mainly. I focused mainly on Iran. So there you go. That was it. It was nothing special. But you know. With that said, guys, before I go, I just want to show you one more thing, right? Because I think it's, again, worth bringing up. Again, shout out to Mona for this. She's the Dawn. She's the OG. She's the one who did it. We have her to thank. So, wonderful. Get your merch right now. Get your Uncle Joe's Rainbow Coalition Death Cult. Okay? This is what I'm talking about, man. I'm going to post the links. Just go to store.richardmedhurst.com. It's very easy. That's it, man. And I'm going to post the links in the comment and everything. And that's thanks to Mona. She did a great design. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm glad my size is back in stock because I'm going to get my own. All right? So I'm going to hopefully sport that during the next stream. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to plug the show one time before I go. If you can donate on Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, by all means, please do. Of course, if you can afford it, only if you can afford it, only if you can spare a few bucks, and anything is appreciated. And you can scan the QR codes here with your phone. And yeah, again, reminder, Friday, we got a special guest coming on to talk about GameStop and much more. And I'm really excited. So other than that, you can also support the show on Patreon. The links are, again, in the description. And you can do whatever you want monthly, man, like $2, $5. It doesn't matter. The goal here, we want to get to 400, right? Because at 400 patrons, we're going to drop the new crab dance. And that's what we're all about. I know you guys are waiting for that. And I'm excited. So thank you very much for that. Whether you can give $2 a month or $7, anything that supports independent media, I really appreciate it. Rockfin, of course. Rockfin, look at this package. You got everyone, man. Hardlands Media, Status Quo, Jimmy Dore, Graham Elwood, Ron Flacone, Convo Couch, Nico. You got unauthorized disclosure. Everybody is here, and including yours truly. You can get everyone's premium there for $9.99 a month. It's like a one-type deal. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool because it's a good alternative to YouTube. No censorship. We getting paid better there. And we got a couple of people watching on Rockfin right now, right? We're live streaming there as well. So that's it. And I think there's the GoFundMe as well. The GoFundMe, I'll post that link also below. And thank you so much for all of your support, for all of your kind words, your donations, everything. It's really appreciated. And of course, only donate if you can spare it. That's all I ask. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let me just read. We got another super chat over here. Thank you very much to Pancho. Says the Wall Street Journal is attacking the Mexican president. MLO. They in an article. Obrador, right? So they wrote an article titled "How Obrador is like Venezuela's Chavez." These tools are at it again. Oh my God, I gotta read that. They can't stand it, right? They can't stand it that someone goes against U.S. hegemony. No, we can't have that. Hold on a second. I need to read that. Thank you for this ridiculous bullshit. And I'm not surprised at all. I mean, just I think I brought Obrador up the other day when I was talking about I see it how AMLO is like Venezuela's Chavez. What? Also, why is that a bad thing? Like, oh yeah, of course, because we can't have socialists that defy U.S. hegemony, right? So of course that's not okay. But you know, Mexico offered Assange asylum, and again, this was not the same thing like with Ecuador, like, oh yeah, just come into our embassy. No, it's like once your legal proceedings are concluded, and of course the U.S. prosecution, they know that. They're not stupid. They're not fucking dumb. They know exactly what I know, and even better. And they still tried to twist it in court and lie about what Obrador was proposing to Assange. So I'll have to read this article. Thank you for that, because I always enjoy this crazy bullshit. It is, you know, it's sad that people fall for this, but it's just comical at the same time, right? And they of course mean it in a bad way, right? It's not like, oh, he's all these countries that have oil that don't do what the United States says, evil. It's just evil. They're the axis of evil, right? They have their own name. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate your support. I thank you very much for tuning in. This has been a great stream. If you haven't hit the like button or commented yet, please do so. And roll call as we're on our way out. Roll call. I want to hear a roll call. Everybody say here, here, here. And, you know, death to imperialism. So that's it, man. That's it. Somebody's asking, Dustin Jones is saying, wait, we can get all these journalists on Rockfin together for $9.99 a month. Yes. So, you know, Jimmy Dore does a premium. I think, yeah, unauthorized disclosure, they do a premium as well. I don't know, Graham Elwood, you know, you'll get everybody's premium in one package. That's the good thing about Rockfin. I know, right? I mean, I don't really do premium. Again, I'm not really like, I just put everything up that's on YouTube. I put it up on Rockfin, right? So you can find it on both. But we get paid better if you watch it on Rockfin. I don't know. It's just the way it is. And like I said, if you want Jimmy Dore's premium, you want everybody else's premium, all in one, it's $9.99 a month. So that's why I think it's good to switch there. And in the long term, it's better to have an alternative to YouTube anyway. So, you know, like I keep saying this because it's so fucking ridiculous. I can't even put Syria, like my country's name. I can't even put that in the title on YouTube because it gets demonetized, like automatically, right? And if it gets remonetized, like they take a fucking day or 2 days to even look at the video and then remonetize it if they want. Right? And you've seen, like, for example, Kyle Kalinske, you've seen Jimmy Dore, and you've seen me having to resort to like putting special characters in the title because these fucking assholes. It's ridiculous, right? So, I mean, just for that alone, I'm happy to have Rockfin. But of course, there are many more benefits. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. Thank you very much. Matt in the comments says Chavez stole the 2020 election. Yeah, you remember how they were trying to blame, what were they saying again? The voting machines were bought from Venezuela or something, and trying to blame Chavez, who's been dead for like 4 or 5 years now, for the election. I mean, just fucking like nuts, really nuts. That it's just absurd. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the show. Again, all the links will be below, and I'll catch you guys next time. All the segments will be up shortly. Yep, that's it. Be good. Take care of yourselves. And that's it, man. That's all I got to say. Corn Pop was a good dude. Signing off. We'll see each other soon. All right. I'm just enjoying your comments. I love this. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ma salame.